This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 81 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. And with me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, it is a new era for NWA TNA. Eric Watts is gone, at least in terms of power. And all the power now is with Don Callis and Jeff Jarrett. Are we in store for a better NWA TNA? Or are we going to be sinking fast?
That's a really tough question, Mab. Well, like I said last week, I'm kind of like over the Don Callis regime. I'm kind of just like over him as an on-screen character. I feel like at this point, I think it's just overused, and so the fact that now he has all the power, I'm a little nervous about what we got coming up here in the next few, I don't know, months. The months leading up to, he's not going to stay in power forever, right? It's going to eventually end.
Yeah, it's eventually going to end, and then he's going to come back.
I mean, yeah, eventually.
In like 15 years or whatever it is.
And then be like an executive in the company, a real executive in the company.
Right. It's only fitting that you're kind of getting tired of the Don Callis character, and by all accounts, with him having more power, you're probably going to get double the dosage.
That's what I mean. I think that's the part that I don't like even more. Is like, oh my god, I bet you anything, we are going to be starting out today's show with a Don Callis promo in the ring, and then we're going to have a backstage interview with Don Callis, and then he's going to be out at the end of the show as well. It's going to turn into like how Jarrett like keeps coming out. And it's like, okay, listen, if we had smaller doses of Jarrett, his title run probably wouldn't be as fucking dreadful. But it's like, okay, here's Jarrett talking about fighting again. Oh, Jarrett interfered in this match. Jarrett has a backstage promo. Jarrett interferes in the main event and then has another promo. It's like, okay, guys, we need to relax.
Well, what I remember, like the week before he won the title in 2002, didn't he come out after a main event to cut a promo on Ron Killings, and it really just was like, why?
Dude, that was really bad.
Because I think it was a good main event, and then like, oh, here's Jeff Jarrett for the last 3 minutes to do another promo on Ron Killings and coming for the gold or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that I really didn't like, and I remember that, and it was just like kind of cringy. It was like, why is he doing this? And it was just like, it came off very much like, fuck you, Ron Killings.
Kind of. Yeah.
I'm Jeff Jarrett, and it's like, okay.
He just constantly needs attention.
Listen, that's
because he's a star, man. He is a star.
Well, of course he is. We know that. He's definitely not. I don't know. Whatever. We can just ramble about Jeff Jarrett. We could do a whole episode and just ramble on Jeff Jarrett if we want. Because listen,
probably
I like Jeff Jarrett. Just sometimes the shit he does drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
But, last week, who else was there, Bob? Who we are seeing on the show tonight? The insane Clown Posse is going to be back in the Asylum tonight. Are you ready?
Whoop, there it is, right? Is that the whoop, there it is.
I don't know. They do whoop, whoop something. So
they took it from Men on a Mission. I'm convinced of it.
Oh, that's a good point. They probably did. There we go.
Well, what's a funny thing too about this is totally off topic, but I was watching like WCW Saturday Night from like '93 a while ago.
Okay.
And it was weird that the crowd was doing "Whoop There It Is" for like Too Cold Scorpio, as if Too Cold Scorpio was part of Men on a Mission in a different company.
Oh, that is kind of
so
weird.
were the fans like thinking like, oh, all black people are whoop, there it is.
Oh my god.
If they could have been. It could have been that like ridiculous.
That's so bad. Yeah.
It could have been. Like Ice Train's coming out and they're just like, whoop, there it is. Like, no, it's not. Men on a Mission's a rap team, and you're going out for a guy who's pretending to be a glacier.
A glacier.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's weird. But needless to say, they are actually wrestling now, the Insane Clown Posse. And are you ready to be down with the clowns tonight, Bob?
Dude, I'm a juggalo.
There we go. I'm only here for it if Shaggy 2 Dope gets powerbombed on top of a bus again and then slides off of it.
Well, if that were to happen, that would be really unfortunate because Mike Awesome's not there to save his life.
Well, I don't want him to die, but I just want him to get powerbombed on a bus. That's all.
Right. Because that's not like sucky. Getting
No,
powerbombed on top of a fucking bus.
I don't like it. So I'm here for that.
Okay.
But in bigger news, Sandman has a new partner as well tonight. He's bringing in Terry Funk to face the Gathering. Will Terry Funk finally be the partner for Sandman to take down the Gathering for Raven? Which is a weird thing to even talk about right now because it's really Raven's storyline, but Sandman's like trying to like fight for him, but then he's like, fuck Raven. I'm going to find new partners.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Here's my prediction. I don't think it's going to be Terry Funk. I think Alan Funk is going to come back dressed up as Terry Funk.
Talk about heat.
That's what he was doing in WWE. Remember, he was the Funkster, or the Funkster.
No, that was. Well, yeah, he was like, but he was like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So now he's gonna do it, but be Terry Funk instead.
Terry Funk.
Come out with the branding iron and.
Yeah.
He'll mix like all the gimmicks together. He'll have the branding iron and he'll have the stocking over his head, like Chainsaw Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the pinstripe pants.
Right. And a fake chainsaw.
I wish that I'd be more upset if Alan Funk came back, but I wouldn't.
I think we were warming up to him by the time he left.
He left and it was like, well, that kind of sucks.
He was banging fucking Sean Waltman's girlfriend. Or no, Brian Lawler's girlfriend.
I was like, wait a second, China?
No, Brian Lawler.
Yeah,
Sean Waltman took Brian Lawler's girlfriend too.
That's a good point.
She was getting around quick.
Yeah, she was. She was getting around a lot then.
That's crazy.
And then Jeff Jarrett has a mystery opponent tonight. He's defending the title. We don't know who it's against. He doesn't know who it's against. So that should be fun. Am I going to be disappointed? Could be Ice Train. Could we be disappointed by this, Bob? Probably. I think there's a really good chance that it's going to just be someone like, oh, Rick Steiner's back.
Do you think so? Like when TNA comes, with these surprises, more times than not, maybe they're a little subpar. But do you think this will be an MLW level of surprise? Like, holy shit, changing the business?
Changing the business. No. I do think that here in the Asylum years, what we've seen though is we have seen more, like when they say a surprise, they do actually tend to bring in new people. I do feel like more often than not. Now in later years, I feel like when they have surprises, it's like when Dixie Carter is like, we're going to change the wrestling world. And then, as you always say, it's Matt Hardy.
No, Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, there's the Matt Hardy one too, though. That maybe Bischoff.
You did that with Matt Hardy too.
I think Bischoff might have mentioned that one actually, but you're right. You've mentioned the Tommy Dreamer thing a lot.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though. So clarification, she does that for Tommy Dreamer, but then I remember reading something where she clarified and was like, it's not regarding a surprise on this pay-per-view. So I feel like she was doing that, and then Jeff Jarrett's probably like, hey, Tixie, it's fucking Tommy Dreamer. Can we calm down?
Please
this is not going to give us huge ratings.
Tommy Dreamer, listen, he's fine and all. If he showed up here in these Hamlin years, I probably wouldn't give two fucks, to be honest with you. And last year, I just saw, right before we got on here, Bob, that Tommy Dreamer ranked higher in the PWI 500 than I think that he probably ever should.
How high was he?
I mean, he was in the mid the middle range, but I still was like, that's still too high. I can try to find it quick because he's highlighted in pink. Because I have it next to me, if everyone's wondering. I was reading this before Bob got on the air today. It was still...
I suggest everybody subscribe to TWI. For $35, you get 60 magazines or whatever it is. If you do.
Yeah, I'm not subscribed, but I should be. See if... Okay. He's $394, which I still think is too high.
That's not really mid-range.
Okay, it's lower range.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little higher than that.
394 is probably all right.
No, he should probably...
If you had told me like 270 or something, I would have been like, well, I don't know about that. I think it depends on who's like after him. Like, are there any notable names after him?
I mean, I know how you feel about him, but like Matt Taven is, and I think Matt Taven's better than Tommy Dreamer.
Matt Taven's further behind than Tommy Dreamer at 394.
Yeah, he's 2 behind.
Oh,
even like W. Morrissey, who's... I mean,
what?
I know the range is a little different, of course, the way they do it.
Yeah, the grading period or whatever.
But regardless, I do think that even with that... Yeah, I mean, I could keep going if you want, but this is on the PWI 500 podcast. However, maybe one day we'll do a bonus episode, and me and Bob will just read old... Bob, maybe what we need to do for an old episode is we'll get together, we'll go through the PW 500s from the years of the Asylum years, and then we'll be like, okay, where did everyone who wrestled in TNA rank in these years?
I have the magazine. I have all the 500. So this could
guys, stay tuned. We finished our WWA bonus series. Anything's
We're running out of
possible.
ideas.
We're running out of ideas. We have nothing else to do.
We had 6 of those shows. We're like, dude, we're good. We've ran out of them. Now we're like, fuck, what do we do now?
Yeah, it was going good for a while. Also on tonight's show, though, Red Shirt Security, I believe, are defending the titles. I think we heard that, did we not?
I believe, yeah, I do.
I don't know if they said who, but I believe they said they were defending them. I could be wrong. If not, we're getting a title match tonight.
Yeah.
And did we hear about anything else on tonight's show, Bob? I don't know if we did.
We heard about El Leon against Abyss.
Okay, that one I thought we might have. So,
but I think that's it, though.
That's it, though. So that's our card for tonight. We have the heavyweight title on the line, which is already a big incentive to want to go, because Jeff Jarrett does not defend the title a lot. Insane Clown Posse. If you are a Juggalo, they're wrestling tonight. And El Leon, will he finally be unmasked? Fucking hopefully.
For his sake, that leather mask in a Tennessee auditorium probably isn't great.
Right.
Did you see Jordan's tweet asking if you knew how to pronounce municipal or no? He was like,
really
what? He was like, what? What is it, Dallas? What?
You really got to bring that up right now, Bill. You really got to bring that up. I was going to practice, but there's no reason for me to say it again. So I was going to practice again before I got on.
I bet you. I am hoping, and I might even try to look it up as we go on the show. I'm hoping that there's a TNA pay-per-view down the road at the municipal auditorium.
You can barely say it.
I have a stutter.
Municipal. Municipal.
If you just say moo, it drags it out long enough to when you just say municipal.
That's right, the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. That's where we're at. Let me run down the card from last week briefly, and then we can get into some of this shit. I'll just start off by saying me and Bob thought it was very in the middle. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad. It was very middle of the road last week. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Abyss defeated D'Lo Brown in the opening contest, and then D'Lo Brown was slammed through a table.
Dallas. I looked it up. Sorry. Slammiversary 2000. 2007. Guess where it's at?
The Nashville Municipal Auditorium.
That's right, baby. So stay tuned because then come 2007,
okay,
we'll have to say it a bunch.
In 3 years, we get to talk about it again.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, so D'Lo was stretchered out after that match with Abyss. He's bleeding from the mouth after being put through the table. And I got a note about that. We'll discuss momentarily. Chris Sabin retained the X Division title against Michael Shane. It was I think, a pretty good X Division title match. No complaints from me. The Gathering, CM Punk and Julio De Niro defeated the team of Sandman and his mystery partner that week, Mikey Whipwreck, which was pretty cool. Except once again, just like Balls Mahoney, Mikey Whipwreck didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's really accurate or not, but he was probably, I think he was semi-retired at that point. I know he's had a bunch of matches after, but he certainly was never as active as he once was.
Listen, I wasn't expecting a banger, but like he did like 4 moves and then got thrown to the floor, and that was like it.
Well,
you know,
I think the 4 moves are more than what we tend to
Sandman.
get out of Jeff Jarrett.
Well,
with all the brawling.
That's right. Then we had an 8-man tag team match that was really for highlighting our Team AAA on our America's X Cup, which, by the way, Bob, is next week. But
that's right.
I'm sure we'll be talking about that more coming up. Abismo Negro, Hector Garza, Juventud Guerrera, The Juice, and Mr. Aguila defeated Chad Collier, Eric Young, Matt Stryker with a Y and Unibrow, and Shark Boy. Then the Red Shirt Security won those tag team titles by defeating 3 Live Crew, which was pretty surprising. But it happened.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Heel wise, I don't think they have a lot of tag teams that are really worth our time. I don't think Gilberti and David Young are really.
Right, and now they've turned Simon and Swinger face essentially. So.
Right.
I agree.
So,
hey, you know what? Like it's always better with the chase, right? So, Red Shirt Security having it. It's probably not I don't hate it. It's just weird. I didn't expect it. Like if you told me like 4 months ago, hey, Red Shirt Security are going to win the tag titles, I'd be like, yeah, fucking right.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it coming. But you know what? At least it's with Legend, who I like, and Northcutt, who is the better of the. We don't like Ryan Wilson as much.
Right. Yeah, Northcutt and Legend is the better duo. And like you were saying, the babyface chasing is usually where the money is. And I mean, there's like a bunch of examples. I think like Sting, for instance, in WCW, chasing after Hogan. As soon as he won the belt, it was like, okay, well, now what?
Right.
Homicide in Ring of Honor. When he finally beat Bryan Danielson, it was like, oh, shit, yeah. And then afterwards, like, okay, well, now what? So the money is definitely in the chase, I think.
For sure. And then, of course, in the main event, the loser loses power match. Don Callis defeated Eric Watts. And that was because, Bob, Goldilocks turned her back on her boyfriend, Eric Watts. So I'm assuming the relationship is over as well now. Not just the power.
I would hope so.
I'm assuming we're going to have to address that during this show. I'll tell you what, if Goldilocks ends up being with Don Callis, which it kind of seems like what's happening, and I think there's some opportunity there to have some more entertaining promos without just Don Callis yelling. So, hey, you never know. Maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel with that.
Yeah, there could be. But I don't know. Do you think she's with him romantically, or do you think she's just with him for the power?
Business.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Definitely business partnership.
Yeah.
God, I hope it's not romantic. Oh, my God. So like I said, Bob, we gave it a thumbs in the middle, though. What do you think that the readers of The Observer thought about last week's show?
I think they are going to say a thumbs down.
Yeah, they did. 74.4% give it a thumbs down. 25.6% give it a thumbs up. And if you did your math really quick on that one, that means 0 were in the middle.
Wow.
So
pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. What do you think was voted on as the best match of last week's show?
Saban against Shane.
Yes, it was. And what about the worst?
Whipwreck and Sandman against the Gathering.
No.
Watson Callis?
Nope. That was second.
3 Live Crew and Red Shirts.
Yeah, 3 Live Crew and Red Shirts. Only 1 extra vote got them over the Watson Callis match.
Oh wow. Okay.
So people must have been either pretty mad about that, or I mean, I don't remember being the match being awful. So I feel like that one had to have been like we hated how this went down.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even really. It was more like a brawl anyway.
Right.
So
Well, there we are, man. Needless to say, like we said, ICP back in the house. They did this angle to set up a program with Glen Gilberti and David Young. Very exciting. Already discussed it. I can't wait to see the ICP. I already mentioned about Biss putting D'Lo Brown through that table, bleeding from the mouth, did a stretcher job, and that is to explain him leaving for Japan. And apparently the plan is to be setting up the two for a ladder match when D'Lo Brown comes back.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
For a ladder match.
Not a tables match, which he went through, Bob. A ladder match.
Maybe it's like a mistake, like a typo.
We'll hope it's a typo.
Like it was like, oh, ladder's on my mind.
We'll hope it's
I do that all the time. There's no way. What would be the justification? Oh, D'Lo Brown's going back for revenge against the Biz, and guess what, folks? Next week, it's a ladder match. That's right. He put him through a table, but he's like, you know what? Screw that. I want a ladder.
I don't know, dude. I hope it's wrong too, but I'm just reading what I'm reading. Okay.
That can't be right.
We'll find out soon. Terry Funk debuts today, which is super exciting. And of course, as we already mentioned too, Sandman brought in Mikey Whipwreck as his partner, but he was taken out immediately, and Sandman was double teamed and pinned. Dave says, I'm surprised since they've been trying to use Funk ever since they started and never came to a financial agreement, that when they finally get him, it's nothing happening mid-card program.
Well, what would you expect it to be?
You know
what?
I don't know, but go ahead.
Maybe he could have been the surprise opponent for Jarrett.
I'd probably groan at that, but I think that would be more exciting probably.
I'd probably groan at it too.
But Jarrett's that's kind of part of his thing, is like beating all these legends and old people too. So honestly, yeah. So I don't think it'd be that. I mean, I don't think it'd be bad. I'd sit here and be like, oh, it's Terry Funk, but I think it'd be more exciting than Terry Funk and Sandman. Wow, what a team, Bob. What a team.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Callis beat Watts in that battle for power when Goldilocks low-blowed Watts. After the Naturals, Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens came out for the distraction. Dave mentions that match wasn't good at all. But with all the wrestlers at ringside cheerleading, it got a lot of heat. Because that's true. All the wrestlers were handcuffed to each other. Mm-hmm. Now, Jarrett handcuffed Mike Tenay to the guardrail, which did screw up the announcing because Tenay couldn't at first see the monitor because of how he was handcuffed. Then when he got the monitor where Tenay could see it, the power went out on the monitors.
Yeah.
Later, when there was a big brawl in the area, shaking the guardrail, Tenay injured his wrist, which may have been broken where he couldn't get away.
Wow.
So because of the way, and remember, when he was handcuffed, he was kind of back like this.
Right.
Trying to look at the monitors and stuff. And so when the guardrail moved, he apparently could have broken his wrist. Well, I'm curious to see if he'll have it wrapped up tonight or something like that. I'm sure we'll see it. He talks with his hands pretty often.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I thought that was kind of like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Northcutt Legend won the tag team titles from the Knife Crew in what Dave says is a brutal match. The stuff with Beachy James and Northcutt was terrible. Oh, man. Then, of course, Michael, Shane, Tracy, Shane Douglas all came out, with Douglas hitting James with the chain. Northcutt got the pin. He says, suffice to say this match had no heat, and the way it was almost trivialized made the belt seem like nothing. See, when he says that more, it's like, I can see why it was voted on as the worst match.
Yeah, but I kind of would have thought that Michael Shane and Shane Douglas would have eventually gotten like a tag team title match against 3 Live Crew.
I don't see why not, right?
So I'm kind of surprised that they, I guess, pivoted of sorts to red shirts.
Yeah, that's a good point. And now, also, Tracy did have her arm and forearm in a sling. Her wrist and forearm, excuse me. And because remember, she did that really crazy bump with Skipper off the top rope like 2 weeks ago at this point. And started screaming about her wrist, but she wasn't actually hurt, and believe it or not, it was all a work.
Get the fuck out of here.
Isn't that crazy?
Are you kidding me? She was fine.
Apparently, she's
By
fine.
all accounts, fine.
Yeah.
Holy shit! All right, Tracy Brooks, bravo.
Dude, she's killing it. Remember the time where there was 2 times, of course, where she sold her leg and it was like, oh, sold her leg. And she
Yeah.
acted like she was hurt. And then she got up and we were like, oh, wait. But she was doing a pretty damn good job doing it,
Yeah.
where we were like, oh my God, is she hurt?
I do remember that, and that was because there was like a screw up or something.
Yeah. It was
So she was in the corner waiting for something, and then it never happened.
right.
I do. Yeah, that's right. Kudos to Tracy. Hang on. You know what? Kudos to Tracy
Right.
Brooks.
I agree, man.
I'm not gonna say I don't like her or anything, but as a wrestler or something, I've never really been entertained by her. But these past instances of her selling injuries, where I'm thinking, oh my God, she just broke her arm, and she's just like, no, plot twist, I'm fine. I'm just selling. I'm working you. Bravo.
Right. I think so too, man. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, that was a good job. Good job by her.
Yeah, definitely bravo there.
And bravo, Elix Skipper, for protecting her enough to where she didn't actually hurt herself.
Right. I would have to assume he got fucked up a little then, right? I don't know.
He went full like ribs on those. Like he full front body. Like that.
It was nuts. That was one of the craziest bumps, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah.
James Storm, remember, he was injured recently. We talked about that last week. But he has shoulder and neck problems, but he did appear at the end of the show ringside doing the handcuff thing. So he didn't fully miss the show. And we did see him. I think he was kind of taped up and stuff like that, too.
It's his shoulder, right?
I think that's what it was. I'd have to go back to confirm for sure. But, yeah, I mean, this is saying he had shoulder and neck problems. So he definitely did something. I think it was rumored that he broke his hand at first. Regardless, it's all attached. It's all the same.
Right, it's all the same. Hand, knee, whatever. It all runs in the same circular system, so it's fine.
Well, exactly. I have a little bit here on Bob's favorite. He plays football. Brian
Urlacher.
See,
that's all you gotta do is like if you don't know how to pronounce something, just start like ooh, and then you municipal, and then boom.
Municipal Urlacher. So I got a little bit on this. So hang tight because it kind of dives into. Okay, remember they had him come out, and we're gonna touch on it. He attacked Johnny Fairplay, all this kind of stuff. We're trying to get that mainstream pub. We're trying to get our news out, our name out of there, right?
Try to get on that ESPN.
That's right. So I got a little bit of news on kind of how this went down, and then I got the Rash report, Bob, and then Explosion, and we're ready to go. So,
okay, let's go.
Not too much left here, and then I got some fun stuff we'll talk about during the show. So ever since its debut, when the company hired music superstar Toby Keith and NASCAR drivers Hermie Sadler and Sterling Marlin, NWA-TNA has been trying to do anything to get some mainstream pub. Keith got a brief mention on USA Today and some country TV clips when he suplexed Jeff Jarrett, Marlin, a huge star in the world, and Sadler, another well-known mainstream name, almost mainstream name, got almost no publicity. The company's next attempt at getting some backfired when several media were interested in the story of Zach Gowen, the one-legged wrestler, but Gowen walked out and signed with WWE, which never ended up getting little because it went from a heartwarming story to an ugly, expletive story because of how Vince McMahon used Gowen to get him over. The biggest attempt was signing John Dalton to a one-year contract, and ultimately, as a publicity stunt, that was a total flop. Ironically, Chicago Bears linebacker Brian Urlacher,
there you go,
Urlacher, a good friend of Eric Watts, was able to be talked into doing something physical, and TNA got more pub than they bargained for when it turned into a Chicago controversy with a guy with a 56 or hold on, geez, this is quite the number. 506 or hold on. I'm just gonna say 56 million plus 9-year contract, risking injury by doing an angle.
Yeah, that sounds about right. For Urlacher, that's a huge contract, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big number, and I don't feel like trying to fucking struggle over it right now. That's a lot of fucking money, okay? Yeah. Urlacher's role on the January 28th pay-per-view was being attacked by Kevin Northcutt and Joe Legend during the doing the duck a double clothesline coming off the ropes, which he nearly fell through instead of bouncing off, with a clothesline on both spot. He then pressed Johnny Fairplay over his head and threw him over the top rope onto Northcutt and Legend. And this started because Don Callis called him out, and they made it clear that he wouldn't be in Eric Watts' corner as advertised. Mm-hmm. And that was because Jeff Jarrett's attorney, Tom T., said that they got a court ruling that Urlacher didn't leave the building before the Watts match. Then Watts would have to be forfeit the match and lose power. Callis said that they could do it the hard way or the easy way. So Urlacher, whose jersey may be the most NFL merchandise of all, most sold, chose the hard way. Gotta add that detail in there.
Do they ever pick the easy way when it's like it's either the hard way or the easy way? And I think anytime the babyface is like, fucking let's go hard way.
I think so too. There's a large amount of pub in Chicago, including front page coverage 2 days later in the Chicago Sun-Times, and it got a brief mention on Around the Horn, ESPN SportsCenter, Pardon the Interruption, and on Aaron Brown's CNN show. Unfortunately, how much of this will help TNA is questionable, but in the situation the company is in, they have to take it as a major positive that just the name got out. Now, the Around the Horn show was complete with references to breakaway chairs and blood capsules, and sports writer Woody Page laughing at Jay Morades and Michael Smith when they said doing wrestling was an injury risk. As Page says, quote, "Guys, wrestling is fake. He won't get hurt." So there's that one.
I used to watch that show a lot growing up, and Woody Page is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a sports guy from Denver, and he kind of tells you as it is. He's not going to pretend and tell you like, oh, hey, wrestling's real. Yeah, he could get hurt. No, he's the type of guy that'll be like deadpan and say, it's fake. How would he get hurt? It's scripted. Mm-hmm. Nothing bad's going to happen to him.
Yeah, so that's going to be the kind of the trend here, by the way. I think this part is kind of bouncing off the Chicago Sun-Times, which doesn't really talk about much of the TNA stuff, so I kind of brushed over it. But Watts, who was working for WCW, was involved in the training of Karl Malone, Dennis Rodman, and Jay Leno, said all three were put in a more physical situation, and none of them got hurt. The Tribune story was positive toward Urlacher, and did mention the keywords Wednesday night, pay-per-view, and TNA. Now later, Rich Roper, the well-known Sun-Times columnist, and then that part don't matter. He did a lengthy column on February 2nd. He noted this wasn't a WrestleMania event and working with stars like Bill Goldberg, Mick Foley, or Chris Benoit, but it was in TNA working with Callis and called Fairplay, quote, "the creepy, scrawny mophead from Survivor, best known for conning his fellow contestants into believing his grandmother had died."
Right.
Several of the newspaper stories got the angle wrong, believing that Urlacher was in Watts' corner, which is how it was advertised, but not what happened. Early in the show, they announced that there would be, well, we already talked about that part. So midway through the show, they did the angle instead. Now, 3 of the 5 network stations in Chicago at one point or another showed clips over the 24 hours after the show, although none mentioned Fairplay by name. One made fun of the fact that Urlacher was press slamming a guy who weighed as much as Nicole Richie. And that reference was because Urlacher apparently had a brief relationship with Paris Hilton.
Oh, I don't know if I knew that.
Bears general manager Jerry Angelo made the story bigger when he said that while they aren't going to make a big deal of this incident, that Urlacher would not be allowed to participate in pro wrestling from this point forward. And that's because his contract prohibits him from participating in any activity that exposes him to a significant injury risk. The Bears considered this a violation of that, but Urlacher said he didn't think there was anything violating the contract here. Many newscasts outside of Chicago also carried the angle, which was a major publicity coup to a point. More didn't mention the name NWA-TNA than did, and almost none mentioned Wednesday night on pay-per-view. It is doubtful this will lead to any kind of increase in buys for the product unless Urlacher were to do a match, in which case it would. But that isn't happening. Urlacher himself said afterwards that it was fun, he did it, but he's not going to do it again. And it said here that Urlacher was very nice to everyone backstage, and reports were that he didn't try and act like a big star. He was clearly a fan who who had watched a lot of wrestling because he knew about several of the guys.
Yeah, so basically you're telling me is they used a celebrity and then proceeded to not even get a mention of the product on the said shows.
Most of the time, yeah. And instead they were like, he could have got injured.
Yeah, and another thing too for me is like I've never in my life, let's say I've watching ESPN or something and seen an athlete or a celebrity on Raw or a Nitro or whatever in the past and been like, you know what, I need to watch that. I need to check out that company. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get it either.
I don't know how many casual people would actually tune in.
To me, I could only see it being helpful if it was like you're a wrestling fan, you don't know about TNA, and you see it and you're like, wait, that looks like that looks like wrestling. Like, what is that? But like, if you don't care about wrestling at all, it's not going to do anything to you, I don't think.
Yeah, but I feel like if you are a wrestling fan, you are at least aware or have heard of other wrestling promotions.
I mean, yeah, I think there's potential there. I feel like it took me a while though, and then when I did, it was like, whoa, this is a whole new world. As a kid, I should say.
Well, I mean, I was like 12, 13 years old when TNA started. And I was aware almost from day one, from when they started. But maybe I'm a rarity of like where I was already on the internet, going on like
boards and stuff, yeah,
boards and like WrestleView.com and reading all these things. So maybe other 12 and 13-year-olds weren't necessarily seeking out other products. But I mean, I was buying the wrestling magazines, and all those companies are mentioned in there. Even in like 95 when it'd be like, oh, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So I knew about what Smoky Mountain was. It just took me decades later to actually seek out the stuff and watch it when it became more readily available.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
So I think maybe they at that time would know what it is. They certainly may not have seen it, but through the various forms of media, they had to have been able to have to at least heard of it. Now, Ring of Honor, I think, would be different. Like they wouldn't necessarily know what that is because it's strictly a DVD thing, unless you're buying the magazines in which they cover it.
Right. No, that's a fair point. Well, Bob, my last thing here is the Rash Report. It's finally back. Your favorite segment. Can you believe it?
It is my favorite.
Mine too. Well,
last week's show was amazing. Top that, folks.
Hold on. Don't get ahead of me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's back after about a month off. We haven't talked about this in a while. He said, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope sincerely love and appreciate Mike Tenay. And then Alvarez says, I was going to make a comment, but then Borash did it for him. Quote, nowhere else but professional wrestling with a controversial multi-million record-selling rap act wearing face paint pay the highest compliments to a straight-laced man in a tuxedo known for his uncanny knowledge of professional wrestling. Nowhere else. It was also Shark Boy's birthday last week. And he says, quote, this birthday put Sharky at age 59 in fish years.
Okay.
Just so you know. Not sure if he was serious or not, but he did claim that the next Girls of TNA DVD release would have footage of a strip poker party.
Bullshit. And if there is, I need that. DM me.
No, I don't think that DVD ever came out. So
come on, Lollipop.
I know. Well, we saw those. I
bet you they would go just down to their lingerie. There's no way that they'd go fucking strip.
It's man. He did also put over the America's X Cup, which airs next week. And Hector Garza in particular. And that is what I got for all of those news and notes. But we, like I said, we got some stuff to talk about during the show, including there's some rumors of new matches coming up on those big 3-hour pay-per-views, rumors of people that may be returning soon. We'll talk about all that during the show. But before that, let's talk about Explosion. Last week, They filmed some explosion stuff, and then actually no, I don't think they filmed any explosion stuff last week. Last week they did all of the first round matches, the singles matches for the America's X Cup. This week there is explosion matches, and then after the explosion matches, they film the rest, and then after the show, they film the main elimination match that they do for the X Cup. So there was a lot of matches at this show.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay.
So according to Cage Match, and I got some others to mention, but according to Cage Match, Explosion number 65 was taped on February 4th, 2004, same day as the show we're about to watch. And it was aired on February 7th, 2004, and it featured the following matches. It'd be Trinity defeating Daisy Hayes, AJ Styles defeating Gabriel, and America's Most Wanted defeating Delirious and Shadow. So those three matches. And then there was more because they taped them for the Explosion for next week. So we're going to talk about it again, probably next week, but I want to mention them now just to cover our bases like I always try to do. It was Conan, Ron Killings, and BG James defeating Ryan Boz and Brad Bradley, and then just a mystery person, question mark. Maybe we'll find out next week. I don't know. Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger defeating Kevin Matthews and Johnny Curtis. Those names should sound familiar. And then Shane Douglas and Michael Shane defeated Big Bully Douglas and Bart Sawyer.
I really want Explosion.
Right.
I don't know why they don't have it out there.
I think it's because
Really
they hate
annoying.
us, man. I really do.
I mean,
I'd like
how much of an effort would it be to post Explosion? The show is like probably 45 minutes long.
I know. I'd also like to point out that the only match out of the ones I just read for Explosion that were taped on the same show here were the America's Most Wanted, or at least that are listed on the live results, was that America's Most Wanted tag team match. And like I said, after that America's Most Wanted match, it had the America's X Cup stuff, a couple of those tag matches. And then after the main event of tonight's show, they filmed the elimination match, which is, I believe, the main event of the America's X Cup.
Okay. Well, so if you were there basically on February 4th, you're in for a long day.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I mean, this had to have gone over 3 hours.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Unless they were literally like a couple minute long matches. And I don't have times for everything. In fact, all of these Explosion matches, I don't have times for any of them. So
they're definitely at least 3 hours. I mean, I'm sure the elimination matches are getting decent amount of time.
I would have to assume there's 8 people on them.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a long day.
Right.
For sure.
But like I said, Bob, that's all I got, man. I'm ready to get into the show.
Well, I am as well. We're here for the February 4th, 2004 NWA-TNA weekly pay-per-view. It's the beginning of the Don Callis era. If you want to watch along, maybe it's in your little DVD binder that you illegally got when it originally aired, that you had to transfer from VHS. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Or you can go over to the Impact Plus app, which after nearly 2 years, they finally responded to Dallas's inquiry about why he couldn't sign up properly. And if that happens to you, by God, you're going to get a free month of Impact Plus. You know, they took 24 months to respond, and they'll give you an $8 value for your inconvenience.
Yeah, no big deal.
No. But I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, hit that play button with us. Or if you just want to listen along, hey, that's cool too. But here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
My favorite, Bob. We're kicking off with Eric Watts' video package.
Locker.
Brian Urlacher.
What a weird misfits of people. AMW and El Leon. with fucking Eric Watts.
I know. I feel like A&W always gets pigeonholed with like the face teams. They just throw them all together. Why not? And there's them celebrating, talking to Tom T. Here's Don Callis. We can do this the hard way. Or we can do this the easy way. What's the hard way? Of course, they start beating him up. They cut out the part where he bounces off the ropes really bad. I mean, probably smart. And then, of course, he gets the worm Johnny Fairplay has, Mike Tenay says. Fucking chucks him. I mean, it was entertaining. Didn't do what they wanted, but... Then we're doing the Don Callis, Eric Watts. We're kind of leading into that power struggle match here. This is literally the same graphic we saw last week, job versus job. Even though it was really for power, I'm assuming we're still going to see Eric Watts around. Showing off those handcuffs. If you can't tell, Bob left me to talk about a video package.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Bob, that was getting really tough.
What?
Recapping video packages alone is pretty hard.
Dude, it's the easiest thing ever. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Choke slam. Oh, no. Goldilocks with a low blow.
Can you believe that shit? I still can't.
The biggest heel
shit,
turn since Hulk Hogan turned his back on WCW and formed the New World Order.
Nope. It's really the biggest turn since Kimberly Page turned on Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, my God. Okay.
At Spring Stampede 2000 or something. Whatever one it was. I think it was Spring Stampede, was it?
Yes.
See, I'm turning into Bob, guys. I know my dates. I know my shows.
Yeah, that's right.
This is last Wednesday at 9:02 p.m.
Central Time.
Central Time, excuse me. This is Eric Watts talking with Bill Behrens in the bathroom where Tenay and Don West were talking. This is at 9:12 p.m. Jarrett and Don Callis talking. We're all running the show. NWA Tag Team Championships. Jarrett's wearing a turtleneck, which is odd. Don Callis is saying, don't worry about the title. Someone just came in the room. It's Goldilocks. Don Callis, we need to talk.
You know what I think I just realized?
What's that?
Let me check before I sound like an idiot.
Under new management,
Yeah.
Look at the big thing on the screen. Under new management. And of course, they're making sure that you know.
Now watch the music video.
Uh-oh. Why?
Because you'll notice a trend here.
Wait a second. It's all Jarrett. What?
Yeah,
And
dude.
Callis. Holy shit. This is wicked funny.
And instead of like AJ Styles doing the somersault dive, it was Jeff Jarrett doing a slingshot crossbody to the floor as the high risk move.
Dude. Wow. Okay,
Well,
but here's our shot of the Asylum. That heel section shirt guy is always right there.
Yeah, he's always there.
Funk you. Bob, you're seeing the crowd. How many people do you think are live here in the TNA Asylum?
800.
Nope.
More?
Oh, yeah.
1150.
Close. We got 1,200.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Now, so here's something I just realized in terms of like time difference here. So when this would air at 8 p.m. Eastern, it's really only 7 there.
Right.
So the extended time that the taping might take, it would only probably be to like 10 o'clock, not 11 or midnight. Like I would
Not like we're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, we're under new management. JB's here telling us he just also got new highlights in his hair, it looks like. And they're welcoming NWA Heavyweight Champion Jeff Jarrett. Everyone is ringside.
Yeah. So basically what we probably should be anticipating here is Borash to be fired and Mike Tenay to be fired, right?
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Bob, I have a really bad feeling right now.
What?
Are they going to replace like Mike Tenay with like Johnny Fairplay or something for tonight?
Oh, Dallas,
Oh my God.
don't speak that type of stuff into existence.
Oh my God. I really hope I just fucking am wrong about that. That's the only thing I could see happening, and I really hope it doesn't happen.
No, we don't want that.
Under new management, dude. We're really pushing that. It's a big sign on the stage. Faces up on the stage. Don Callis, Jarrett coming out. Callis is a sign under new management. There's fair play.
He's patted Borish on the head. Good job, JB.
So pretty much the entire roster is out. Faces look like they're all on the entrance area, and the heels are around ringside, I believe. Because there's Michael Shane and Tracy right there. And there's Young. They're gathering. Glen Gilberti, Kid Kash. There's all the officials. Black shirt security, all on the ramp in the stage area. So Fairplay not only has a neck brace on now he also has an arm sling on. Next week he'll be in a body cast in a wheelchair.
I was gonna say, is that from the powerbomb still?
No, that is now from Urlacher throwing him out of the ring.
Oh, right.
NWA World Heavyweight Champion is running the Asylum tonight. You think we're going to find out his mystery partner early in the show here, or are we going to have to wait the whole entire show?
Oh, that's a good question.
I could see him doing that. If you're already watching this, you already bought the show.
I think I would wait till the end.
They might as well too. Oh my God!
They're going to show him.
Thomas T is about to come out. Okay, there's Thomas T, dude. Is he anyone? Because I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Maybe we'll have a new note on that next week. The music is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's horrible.
He's got his briefcase. He's got his clipboard. Thomas T is here. That is the same guy. That's the voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got two things to cover for you tonight. You're going to love them, Jeff. Effective tonight, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. The NWA Board of Directors is disbanding. Look at the crooked glasses.
So here's the thing, though. It's not disbanding until after the show.
I mean, realistically. But he said as of the beginning of the show.
No, as of at 9 p.m. Central.
Bill Behrens has resigned. Oh, at 9 o'clock. Yeah, so you're right. You're right.
So
Bob.
it's 7 now, roughly.
You're right. You're right.
So not till
Damn,
so something bad could happen to them.
Oh, Mr. Jarrett has told me about you all. Talking about some of you may even be mentally handicapped.
That's nice. Oh, Storm has his arm wrapped.
Oh, all of you signed your contract. We need to know what breach of contract is. So they're apparently a lot of these guys have breached their contracts. Page 7, paragraph 7, that they all have signed. Any contracted employee, talent wrestler who fails to carry out the explicit desires of TNA management can be deemed in breach of contract. Oh, and therefore is subject to dismissal from TNA because of failure to comply. So if they don't listen, they're going to be fired. There's the door to Wedgwood Avenue. He suggests if they don't want to comply, to hit it. Cal is looking at the screen to make sure he can get his new management sign in the frame. Is pretty funny.
That is pretty good.
Crowd is sick of it. They're chanting ICP. Yeah, dude, Storm's wrapped up real good.
Yeah. Looks like it's definitely his shoulder.
Yep. Okay, let's get right down to business with that mutual understanding. Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger. One of you signed the oath and one of you didn't. Okay, so they're giving them a small window of opportunity to step forward. And if you do not step forward, what's he going to do? You'll be in breach of contract. And so they'll fire both of them if one of them doesn't step forward, whoever signed it. Talking about Jerry Lynn weaseled his way back in. He's the captain, though, of the America's X Cup. And if you don't win, and you don't have a great showing next week, one more for you, you'll get fired. So if Jerry Lynn does not bring his team to win, he's getting fired.
You're all fired.
Sonny Siaki even up there on the stage. Tried weeks to get Sonny Siaki to sign. Oh, he's got a match against Kid Kash tonight. Sonny Siaki does. And the stipulation is, if you don't beat Kid Kash, you're going to be in breach of your contract.
How would he be in breach of contract if he doesn't win?
Because he's not listening to the new management. Oh, Halloween is over, but it's time that El Leon takes the mask off. You can either take it off right now, or when you face Abyss tonight. Not if, but when he pins your shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3. You will unmask. So it might happen tonight, Bob. Relic, Black Relic.
It's going to be Johnny Stamboli.
Dude. Jarrett says he's a natural born leader. To live up to his own standards. He has a title shot tonight. He's not denying that. That's good. I don't know who it is. I know it's not AJ Styles. Because Abyss laid him right through a table. It's not D'Lo Brown. Because Abyss laid him right through a table. It's not Raven. Because the boys over here plucked his feathers. Raven's gone. Whoever it is, I'm going to take him on like a man.
Maybe we will find out in this segment. This feels like they're setting up for the person to come out and be like, I'm here.
I kind of hope they do it, to be honest. I kind of want it. Get me excited or disappointed right here.
You run the risk then of like the next hour and a half of being like, fuck, the main event's Jeff Jarrett against this guy, and I don't want to.
Bob, it wouldn't be the first show. Who's going to step up?
Oh.
Chris Harris just asked for the microphone. Remember, they got some history. Jarrett smashed a guitar in his face on that last show.
That's right.
Jarrett said he'd love to make his life a living hell. I got a problem with it, Jarrett. I've had a problem with you for a long time. He's been taught to keep his mouth shut. Now it's time for you to keep your mouth shut. Crowd love that. That's right, baby.
Shut his mouth. What?
Jeff Jarrett, he remembers, stood there with the title with pride.
What?
When?
Maybe Harris doesn't remember, like 2002.
No, he don't. Oh, he just told Jarrett to keep his mouth shut. Crowd popped pretty big for that one.
Yeah, they did. JB has a look of like his older brother yelling at his mom, and he's like, I can't believe you're doing this, dude.
Yes, he does.
like yelling at his dad. He's like, oh, dude, you're gonna get in trouble.
Chris Harris, you're pushing your luck, boy. Wait, is Chris Harris about to be the guy who Jarrett has to fight tonight? That's our surprise. It's Chris Harris.
I mean, it could. You just said that Chris Harris is nothing more than a mid-card tag team.
We've had some of the best matches in this promotion last year, and that is true.
That is factual.
You don't own me, you don't own him. And you sure as hell don't own TNA. Well,
a little bit.
Yeah, partially. He kind of gave up a lot of those rights, but your opponent tonight. Oh, Harris knows. James Storm knows. Everyone on the stage apparently knows who Jarrett's fighting tonight.
The fans are chanting for ICP. Chaggy-Tudo.
There's Jeff Jarrett for the NWA Heavyweight title.
You cowards.
You're just like these fans.
Wow.
Harris is like, fuck. He's going to break me down. You can't break me, Jarrett. Well, they're talking over each other. Harris can't get another word in. Oh, Harris drops him, like takes his shirt off.
Oh shit. Okay, they're gonna brawl. None of the heels are gonna come in there and beat up Harris. Here they are.
I think, Bob, we need to have a gauntlet for the gold match. Let's go. Jarrett and Harris being pulled apart, but here they go at it again.
I don't think we need that.
Okay, dude, here we go. All the faces coming in. Shit is exploding right now. Wednesday, Bloody Wednesday, Bob.
I was going to say, we're going to get a 20 versus 20 War Games match. 3 cages high.
3 cages high, yep. Wow.
Sorry about your damn love.
Oh, look at this. Scott Hudson backstage earlier today with Armando Quintero and Antonio Pena. The best that TNA has to offer, the best that AAA has to offer. And he's speaking Spanish, so I cannot translate for you. He's also translating Spanish, but he will translate for him in a moment.
I believe that they're saying that that Chipotle is significantly better than Moe's
no
food. No.
Oh, the very best wrestlers in Mexico. Because that's where the X Division was invented.
Wait, wasn't he just speaking Spanish? Now he's the translator?
Yeah, he's the commentator. He does it with Conan, so.
Oh, all right.
They're taking a cup home. Oh, and if it goes back south of the border, will the celebration be off the charts? He keeps doing this with his hands like a field goal.
Did you ever play that in school, the field goal game?
I don't know how to make those, so I never really did. Oh. They have a very special place set aside for the America's X Cup. Supreme confidence. Next week, Bob. AAA, TNA.
This makes me feel as if... this makes me feel like maybe Jerry Lynn's going to get fired again next week.
Right. Okay, Bob, here's our look at the Insane Clown Posse from last week. Wow, this is quite the opening of our show. We are 19 minutes and 48 seconds into the show, and we have not seen a match yet. Although that opening segment wasn't as awful as I was prepared for it to be. Harris standing up for the group is kind of interesting.
Well, here's the thing. I think you have, whenever they do like an angle like that, they have to sacrifice the next week to set up what they're doing.
Yeah.
In the opening like that. So I don't hate it. And if it sets up Chris Harris for a potential singles run, I could be fine with that because I do like Chris Harris.
Right. We're gonna get some boots on and kick somebody's ass. Why isn't Insane Clown Posse fought in every single promotion?
Because they're the best.
David Young and Glen Gilberti talking outside. This might be from Explosion. David Young says he doesn't like clowns, and they're not just regular clowns, by the way. They're insane. One minute they have balloons. They say, "Come here and come here." He can't do it, Glenn. He hates it. He goes, "Are you afraid of clowns?" He says, "Nah, don't be dumb."
Yes. he did watch the movie, and that's what scared him.
Right. They started to tie in the Insane Clown Posse's Tron video.
He doesn't.
Oh, here we go. Tilt-a-whirl, Insane Clown Posse. Are we about to get a music video? Oh wait, they're kind of tying it in with the "Are you afraid of clowns" thing.
What did you
What'd
get
you get yourselves into?
They don't know.
Oh, they're not here to wrestle. They're here to beat their ass. Oh, dude, Posse of 2 pieces and biscuits. Wow,
Okay.
that's quite the package.
So that's gonna be our first match as the ICP.
Might as well kick it off strong. I'm curious to see if a shit ton of people leave after this.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you start off like that, but then either your crowd's gonna be dead because they got what they wanted, or they're just not gonna be there anymore.
Right. Is this new music for Glenn and David Young? It doesn't sound familiar. It's not?
I don't think it's new. No.
Okay. Maybe I just haven't cared enough to listen to their music before.
It was at least there like last week.
Oh, okay.
Because it's what they use when like Diamond and Swinger with them, all 4 would come out to, and like Swinger, Diamond had their own.
Oh, okay.
And I think Gilberti and Young still use that one. I don't know the words to the song because I don't know ICP words. Would you consider yourself a juggalo or no?
No, I mean probably not. I don't really listen to Insane Clown Posse.
If ICP came to Syracuse, that means you wouldn't go to it?
No, I don't think I would. I mean, they are wrestling legends at this point, but
I would go.
yeah, okay.
I'd paint my face and everything.
People are going nuts in the crowd for these guys.
I just heard something about chicken nuggets in their song.
Yeah, the song's talking about chicken nuggets. Maybe I am a juggalo after all. I've been craving chicken nuggets.
Have you really?
Yeah, like from Wendy's.
Oh.
Dude, I'm craving it. You have no idea. I do. You're talking about Moe's earlier. I do have Moe's queso to eat after we're done recording today, and I'm pretty excited.
I'm not a fan of Moe's.
Like at all.
I'm a Chipotle guy.
I like Chipotle too, but if you think that Chipotle's queso is better than Moe's, then I don't know if we can be friends.
I don't think I've ever had Moe's queso.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, Bob, this match seems pointless because ICP is definitely winning, right?
I would have to think so.
Well, the bell ring has rung.
But you never know. I mean, this is the new era, the Callis era, and Gilberti and Young are part of it.
That's
So
true.
maybe they're not going to lose.
Good point. Glenn and Violent J lock up. Thank God they have their names on the back of their shirts, so I'll remember which one is which. Got a headlock on Glenn here. Well, David Young tried to get him, but he got scared when Violent J turned around because, he's afraid of clowns. Shoulder block to Glen Gilberti.
Great. I feel like this is going to be a boring match.
Hopefully it doesn't go more than 5 minutes. Especially after how long our opening segments have been. We can probably use a quick one here to start us off.
Just for that, I hope it goes 20.
Holy fuck. Could you imagine? 10 p.m. Eastern, Explosion debuts on the Sunshine Network.
So it debuts after the show?
That's what it sounded
After the
like.
show?
10 Eastern. Speaking of channels and stuff like that, Friendly TV, Sky Channel 268 is doing test airings through February of the new wrestling channel. We've been talking about this for a while, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, they're broadcasting from 8 to 9 p.m. every weeknight and 8 to 9 p.m. on weekends. The schedule includes TNA, NOAH, MLW, CZW, FWA, Irish Whip Wrestling, and Ring of Honor.
No MLW?
No, I said MLW.
Oh, okay.
It's quite the combination. If that channel was around today, I'd probably throw it on.
Well, what's funny is that MLW's out of business by this point. On the first run.
Well, they're back, Bob, and they're changing the wrestling world.
One surprise at a time.
Oh my God, Bob. Shaggy
That was
2 Dope
dangerous.
just did the fucking worst dive to the outside. Nearly landed on the top of his head.
Yeah, and the crowd acted as if it was the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah, it wasn't. Oh, fuck. Violent J is about to do it? Okay, that was better.
He did it better than Shaggy did.
Was Juggalo Championship Wrestling popular at this time?
I don't know if it's ever been popular.
Isn't that where the videos that they showed from? There was a bunch of people there.
Yeah, but isn't it? I feel like they do that stuff along with their musical stuff, so the people in the crowd are probably fans of their music, not necessarily the wrestling.
Oh, right. Now, do you have any indie news for anyone in the Smash Bob?
Nope.
Okay. What about Insane Clown Posse? When they wrestle last?
I can look that up.
I'm just trying to figure out something we can talk about during this match.
So the last time, holy shit, I did not know this, but Dallas, did you know that the Insane Clown Posse wrestled for Ring of Honor?
Really?
Yeah.
No,
On
I didn't.
October 5th, 2002, they wrestled in a dark match at Glory by Honor where they defeated the Outcast Killers.
Wow.
And then prior to this match, their last match was for their own promotion, I guess, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, as Gilberti hit a swinging neckbreaker, where they defeated Kid. Does that say Cock? Kid Cock and Feminem.
Oh my God! What?
So we could only wonder what that is in reference to.
Wow.
And that was on March 16th in Columbus, Ohio for for Juggalo Championship Wrestling Volume 3.
Okay.
And the last time they wrestled on television
Oh my God.
was on September 25th, 2000, a 2-on-1 handicap hardcore match where they lost to Mike Awesome on Nitro.
Is that the bus incident?
That has to be the bus incident. I don't think there's any other time that they even had an interaction with Mike Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Glenn going for a tag against David Young. He tags David Young, and how's this going to go? David Young's scared of clowns, though. Oh, he still doesn't care anymore. Oh, there we go. Oh.
He's
Goes
like,
to punch
shit.
Violent J. Gets blocked. Shaggy Chudo hits him. They're trading punches with David Young. Violent J.
Death Valley Drive.
DVD. That's right.
Oh, I
Kicked
thought he was
out
going
of
to get
two.
him.
I also thought that was it. Oh, he pushed Andrew Thomas. That's a $10,000 fine. Put your hands on an official.
$10,000.
Whips David Young against the rope, comes back, picks him up in a fireman's carry again.
Ooh, that was a weird landing.
Okay, Glenn broke up the pin. If they're smart, they'd have ICP hang out in the crowd after this match. Look at that spine buster on Shaggy 2 Dope by David Young, the master of the spine buster. Violent J breaks it up. I feel like they'd have ICP hang out in the crowd after this to kind of keep fans in the building. I know that sounds bad, but I feel like a lot of the fans might not care after they're done.
I agree with you with that, and I feel like they already have done that. Weren't they in the crowd?
Yeah, they hung out a couple times.
Hanging out already, yeah.
The one night was when they sprayed Jarrett with the pop.
Fuego.
Yes. The pop explosion, the Fago. Violent J with a moonsault on David Young. Here goes Shaggy 2 Dope on the top. Little leg drop.
Oh, and they pinned him.
That's it, Bob. ICP won.
So I feel like ICP aren't that bad.
Oh, there could be worse, absolutely.
Yeah, like the moves they're hitting, if they were a little more crisp, I think would be a lot more entertaining. But their finishing moves are fine. Like, I mean, Violent J doing a fucking moonsault for his size is pretty good. Oh, Gilberti's got to ruin it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
This bastard's got to ruin it.
Gilberti and Young kicking ICP. Who's this? Tough Tony.
Tough Tony. He was banned from ringside. I don't think they ever told us that until right now.
I don't think so either, but I guess he was. We're going to the back. Jerry Lynn and his hand-picked team. Jerry Lynn, Sanjay Dutt, Chris Sabin, and Elix Skipper. Let's hear what he has to say, and then I do have a note about Jerry Lynn. Since when do you lose a match and that's breach of contract? I never heard of such a thing. Listen up, Jeff. Elix Skipper, that's right, baby, tell him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're going to a video package here. So, with Jerry Lynn having signed, plans are in the works again to set up that TNA wrestling school. We did talk about that last week. They'd planned on opening up one over a year ago, and Lynn even moved to Nashville in order to become a head coach. But nothing ever became of it, and he was eventually phased out of the TV shows. So it does seem that may happen. Jerry Lynn may become head coach again. So that's pretty cool. So this video package is showing Kid Kash trying to get people to sign the contract.
You know what's good for you. I'll kick your ass. Sorry, I had to take a phone call because my package was delivered to the wrong building.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I bought some of the Rocks energy drinks. Zoa.
Oh. Did you just hear my Jerry Lynn note at all?
No, I'm sorry. What was that?
Basically, he's going to be probably the head coach at the wrestling school we talked about last week.
Oh.
Because he did move last week to Nashville in order to become head coach and then was phased out of the TV and all that. But now since he's back, seems like that's back in the works.
I still don't know anybody that's ever came out of that wrestling school.
Well, you know what, Bob? You can't have it all.
I guess not.
And I guess kind of bouncing off X Division and stuff, since we still have a video package, it is said that Amazing Red may be able to return in March.
Oh.
And
yeah, because he's been out for a while.
He blew out his knee last year and was warned to take some time off to let it heal, but instead he went to Japan and did a Rey Mysterio gimmick. Anyone who's followed the career of Rey Mysterio is probably aware that doing his sort of style isn't exactly best for the knees. Sure enough, Red blew it out to the point where he had to go undergo reconstructive ACL surgery So that explains why he, like you said, hasn't wrestled since like August.
Yeah, it's been a while. You know, that's what sucks. I mean, Amazing Red, I mean, I guess he still is a really good wrestler, but this is at the time where he was having really the beginning of just constant knee injuries, where like anytime he would start getting traction, it's like, guess what? Amazing Red's knee fucking blew out again.
Yeah, that's a
Some
bummer.
people's knees just aren't strong enough to withstand that style. I mean, even Rey Mysterio. I mean, his knees fucking bailed out on countless times.
Right.
So that sucks. Kid Kash. He does have a couple of indie notes here. He was wrestling on January 23rd as they're going to brawl on the floor here because Siaki ain't messing around, brother. Kid Kash defeated Craziness on January 23rd for USWO in Tennessee. And then the next day on January 24th, he defeated Bart Sawyer for USA CW in Nashville, Tennessee. You know, that's another, you got to get High Spots streaming service because they do have that USA Championship Wrestling thing that I believe was filmed in the same venue.
That's pretty cool.
So we could do that for bonus episodes at some point too.
We definitely could. Sonny Siaki, Kash going at it.
Oh, that was a nice
look
power
at that.
slam. Or we could also do XWF like you've wanted to do.
I think it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sonny Siaki, by the way, when he came out, as Bob was reading those Indian news, they pretty much immediately started brawling ringside. We're in the ring now, though. And hey, speaking of Sonny Siaki, Bob, you won't believe this, but you know how they've been saying that Siaki's got the secret guy in Siaki's ear, and that's why he won't join Jeff Jarrett. Do you remember all that?
Yes.
Well, there's a rumor that it is Vince Russo, and he'll be returning as a heel manager character fairly soon.
As a heel?
Yeah. To be with Sonny Siaki.
As a heel?
Yeah.
Against the heel group of
Well,
Callis
maybe he'll eventually join him. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you what?
I don't know.
Siaki's clearly being a babyface now.
I think so.
I mean, yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, he hits the post.
He just hawked himself. Oh,
holy shit!
Did he just drop kick his head into the post?
Drop kicked his head. Tried to leg drop him.
Yeah, leaping clothesline by Kash. 1, 2.
Wow,
that's just a 2 count. I would have to think that if Russo's coming back, he would be the babyface manager of Sonny Siaki.
Yeah, that's true.
That doesn't surprise me considering their relationship. That the guy in his ear would be Russo.
Yeah, I think it makes sense as well.
And you know what? I would be fine if you build up Siaki properly for a Jarrett Siaki match with Russo trying to get Siaki. Oh, okay. There goes any championship opportunities because he just broke Kid Kash's neck on that fucking suplex.
Holy shit, Bob. Look, we're seeing a replay here. It was a overhead German suplex, but yeah, that was fucking nasty, dude. And Kid Kash appears that he might actually be pretty hurt. Hopefully he's just selling really good, because... Okay, he's wrenching his head, so hopefully he's fine.
Yeah, hopefully he's fine. Look at this.
Okay.
Oh.
He had his hands, luckily, protecting him a little bit, so hopefully that was enough. Back elbow in the corner. Kid Kash goes to the top, gets pushed to the floor, hits the guardrail.
I like how Tene's like, good job in the truck, fellas, for seeing his neck get potentially broken.
Good view of that.
Jesus. Oh, slams him face first into the ring steps, does Kash. He's really going after Mr. Sonny Siaki. If you're watching along with us, we have 1 hour and 11 minutes and 21 seconds left. Or if you're like Dallas, we've been watching this for 40 minutes now.
Jeremy Borash just got pushed out of his chair. Kid Kash trying to use it, but Jeremy Borash gets fucking thrown to the floor.
He's dead.
Because he wanted his chair. Tiny getting in his face. Slaps Tiny.
Hit him with the chair.
Smash mouth to fucking Sonny Siaki. Holy shit. Sarah Lee with the broom coming ringside.
I think this stuff has kind of run its course.
But Siaki grabs Kid Kash off of Sarah Lee.
No.
Begging him to stop. I did notice it didn't appear that Mike Tenay had anything on his hand or wrist.
Oh, I didn't see anything either, no.
It was kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to say until we get a better look, he probably doesn't. Chops and punches by Siaki onto Kid Kash. Oh, Kid Kash broke out of that suplex attempt.
Oh, tornado DDT.
It's pretty nice.
That could be it.
To be fair, why was JB sitting in a chair anyways?
Because he can't stand the whole time.
He does, though. He cheers the crowd on. Now he's on the apron. Whoa. Kid Kash tried to hit him with the broom.
Oh, and he got him.
Yeah. And JB ducked, which caused Siaki to get a roll-up. Here comes Tiny. Sarah Lee's very excited.
Oh, wait. So now that Siaki won, he doesn't have to worry about his contract.
That's right. And here comes Don Callis.
Voided. Or breach of contract. Oh, Don Callis is out now. Let's get in the ring. Is he going to be like one of you three signed the loyalty contract? It's going to be Tiny, and then Tiny's going to turn heel.
Didn't you see what happened last week? I won my match. And I control this company. He's the Canadian Caesar. He can do whatever he wants. He's looking at the employment contracts with Tom T. Uh-oh, Bob. You can't. None of them says you can interfere in a match, so. You old bag. You old bag is you make sure you take your job is to take tickets and make sure your dentures don't fall out. And JB's job is to be a stooge. Tiny's. Your job is to be a fat, disgusting piece of garbage. Wow, that's quite the job description in a contract.
Yeah, it is.
Power invested in him and by Jeff Jarrett. Oh boy. Miserable goat and you stooge. You fat piece of trash. Wait. You're all fired. He just fired 3 people. Tiny, JB, and Sarah Lee have all just been fired.
Boy, I was just pissed. I can't believe it. This is fucking bullshit. He's fired. We're never going to have another ring announcer.
I know. He just got his new highlights in, too.
There goes the rash report.
Right. He's talking to Siaki. You got $1 million body and a 10-cent brain. But tonight you didn't breach your contract. But I know you're going to. Look at Kid Kash throwing Sarah Lee out. When you do breach it, Sonny, I'm going to fire you next. Kid Kash goes after Sonny Siaki again. And here's Trinity.
Oh, great.
Oh, huge kick to Siaki. Low blow by Kid Kash. Trinity with kicks. Drop kick by Kid Kash. And there's a little sign under new management. And it's a sticker. It's a sticker, Bob.
Yeah.
And he just stuck it on Sonny Siaki's chest.
Good thing he doesn't have chest hair, because that would hurt coming off.
Right. I bet you it doesn't even stick. He's so sweaty right now. She ain't gonna
Now
stick.
Kash wants to embrace.
Oh my god, she ducked him.
Kash is probably going to be like, call me.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Call me.
Call me.
Okay, America's Most Wanted back here with Scott Hudson. Wow, Bob, that was pretty intense. Just fired 3 people.
So now they don't have a ticket
Wait.
lady.
He just asked Chris Harris one question. Did he cross the line?
Oh,
He said no, but we're crossing the line here on the TNA.
I would have said
Cross the
yes.
Line
Across
podcast.
the line.
Scott Hudson's been asking all around the building today. You know who it is. How did you find out about Jeff Jarrett's opponent? Nobody's business how we found out.
Well,
The point is he knows, and I know.
I had to pick him up at the airport.
And here's Jarrett.
That's how I found out.
You don't need to know. You're going to find out. Big pull apart backstage.
Come on, y'all.
And here's a look at the Monster Abyss.
Press slamming fucking AJ. Sickening.
Sickening thud.
Are they gonna show the D'Lo one too, or no?
I'm assuming, right?
Oh, here it is. Last week, off of the apron, choke slam through a table.
Wow, dude. He's bleeding from the mouth, and Abyss just like touched it with his little hands. I think we're finally going to see El Leon's face. I think it's time. What do you think?
If he loses, he's dead. I think they will take it off.
I think he's losing.
I don't think he's losing though.
Really?
This just feels like a DQ waiting to happen.
Yeah. We don't have a ring announcer, so apparently there's not going to be ring introductions.
I'll do it. Weighing in 280 pounds from parts unknown, the Monster Abyss.
Not bad, but
I don't think he's 280, but you know, whatever. It worked. Okay, I'll do El Leon next.
what the heck?
Okay.
Oh, they're sending people out to replace everyone.
That's
Tim
JB.
Wells. It's Tim Wells.
That's a taller Jeremy Borash. Are you kidding me?
Dude, it
How
does
many
literally
people?
look.
They look the same. This is ridiculous.
No, Tim Wilkes. Sorry. Media
Coming out
relations.
next, weighing in at 264 pounds. From Pounce, Puerto Rico. El Leon.
Did you say parts Puerto Rico?
Pounce. Ponce, Puerto Rico.
Oh, I thought you said like parts unknown, but he's from parts Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Ponce, Puerto Rico. El Leon.
Okay, well the bell's already rung.
See, now Tanae's not very observant because if you look at that tattoo, we've seen it before on a gentleman. So
Sometimes you just forget these things, Bob.
just the mystery of who it could possibly be.
Some chops by El Leon.
Abyss makes Leon look kind of small.
Yeah, he does. And he was looking pretty big before.
Yeah.
Oh, slaps Abyss in the face. Yeah, if he gets pinned by Abyss, that's it. So Abyss can make him tap out, and technically he doesn't have to unmask.
It's only if he gets pinned.
I don't know. That's what they just said on commentary.
Mm.
The same stipulation does not apply to Abyss, so he does not have to unmask, even though El Leon just tried. Clothesline to the floor. El Leon. Oh. Holy shit.
Somersault dive.
El Leon.
That's just not
265
natural for
pounds.
someone that large.
I know. I didn't expect that. I expected like a fucking baseball slide or something.
This gets rammed into the ring steps face first.
Think about it, Don. I mean, it's pretty nice. He did land it pretty well.
He's putting Violent J to shame.
Right. Definitely Shaggy 2 dope.
Oh yeah, Shaggy too dumb. Violent
Yeah,
J.
but his wasn't as bad, but...
Yeah.
Oh, look at Abyss is getting a table. Remember, if he puts someone through a table, they get all bloody.
Well, yeah, but then also remember it's going to probably set up a ladder match.
Right. Abyss is going to be in a ladder match against D'Lo Brown when he comes
Because
back.
he's putting people through tables, so naturally the only way to stop that is a ladder match.
Yeah, but my thing is like, what do they get from the ladder? A table? They're going to hang on a table, and you got to go get the table. Russian leg sweep.
Side Russian leg
sweep.
Yeah, by Abyss.
Not to be confused with the white Russian leg sweep by Sandman.
That's with the kendo stick, though.
Or with the regular Russian leg sweep, which you do not hook the angle.
Right. You're welcome.
Fucking stupid. We're 51 minutes and 6 seconds into the show. Hate to say it, Bob. Show's flying by.
Yeah, because we right now have exactly 1 hour left in the show.
Wow, look at that.
At the next video package, I have to run outside and grab my package because it's liquid, and it's -4 degrees outside.
Okay, that sounds good, Bob. You'll do that, and I will talk about the video package while you're gone.
Thank you. And it's only going to probably take me 59 minutes to get it. So
I hope it freezes and the fucking cans explode.
You know what?
Abyss setting up El Leon for the shock treatment. Oh, no, he drops him. El Leon bounce off the rope. Press slam. Boom. Abyss drives him down. Look at the power. Bob, I think this would be a great time to remind our fans, if you're enjoying what we're doing, give us a follow over on our Twitter page at CrossTheLineTNA.
Nah, don't do that.
We post excellent TNA content every single day. And you can follow or like us on Facebook, or is it follow now? I don't know. At TNA Cross the Line Pod, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can access our a visual as you listen to me and Bob talk beautifully about TNA wrestling. You just type in TNA Cross the Line Podcast for that one.
Yeah, or if you want to give us money, you can message us about our Venmo and PayPal accounts, and we will for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we
accept it.
We could work something out.
Yeah, and we'll definitely file it on our taxes.
Right, and if you want me to pay you, you got to message me about some vintage TNA merchandise. Just send us a DM on Twitter, and I'm glad to make a deal.
Yeah.
No one's done that yet. We've been doing this for over a year now, Bob, and no one has offered up TNA merch to me. And I'm a little upset about it.
Well, the TNA merchandise is quite valuable, so of course they're not going to just give it up.
I don't blame them, to be honest.
These guys are feeling a little clunky now.
Yeah, they are. Oh, a huge spear by El Leon.
Okay, Rhino. Gore! 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 Clothesline. In the corner by El Leon. Oh, and now he's going for it. No, ducks a clothesline. Belly to belly suplex.
I didn't like how he didn't go down with him. He just dropped him.
He just dropped him, yeah. Maybe he forgot how to do it.
Yeah, he can barely see out of that damn thing, so you can't really blame him.
True.
Off the rope. Oh, I keep waiting for a black hole slam, but it hasn't happened yet. Counter. Pull back. Ducks the clothesline.
The crowd seem to be getting a little agitated here. They're starting some boring chants.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Were they really?
Yeah, there was like two guys chanting boy. Abyss elbows out of a rock bottom, and he hits his own.
Well, I feel like both these guys are starting to run on E. Like, we're starting to get a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Blown up.
Yeah, blown up.
And to be fair, they're both very large men, so lifting each other up all the time and stuff, it's going to do that to you. So I'm not blaming them, but...
Yeah, well, and I think it's more so El Leon.
Yeah, El Leon is very, very much slowing down.
Like, on that Irish whip, he barely even threw him into the ropes.
This kicks him in the gut. Taunts, turns around. El Leon is back up, though. Picks him up in a fireman's carry. And TKO onto Abyss. He barely fucking pin him, dude. What the fuck? Kicks out at 2.
Kicked out by Abyss.
Juggalos. Yeah, you can tell the fans are loving the match. Chanting for the Juggalos.
ICP.
Oh, jab. Black hole slam. Oh, Abyss is teasing he's going to rip the mask off.
Yeah, pin him first.
Well, he said no, though, yeah. He's going for it. And who's this? AJ Styles.
If you notice, he had to leap over the table.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that, Bob. He's wearing a very weird Phenomenal One shirt. It's Styles 1 on the back.
He countered a press slam into a DDT. Yeah, that looks like a shirt you'd get at the Gap.
And it's like green. It's a green ringer tee. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's a fucking preppy shirt if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, the Gap.
Abercrombie & Fitch.
Double clothesline to Abyss. Gets him outside the ring.
Abyss is pissed.
Does anyone feel more lost on this card than AJ Styles right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Styles wants his title shot, even if he's got to go through that fat piece of crap. I want my title shot. Of course, he's talking about Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, well, doesn't he hate? Oh, wait a minute. Since Waz isn't in Power, though, maybe that won't happen.
Right, because here's Waz. You want a title shot? No. He's like, you want a title shot? Here's the lawyer. Do you people want him to have a title shot? Crowd fucking pops wicked loud. Yeah, we do. You want him to have a title shot tonight?
He's the mystery guy.
Jarrett's in a very giving mood. He's going to give him his title shot, but not the one you expect. Oh, tag team title shot. But Styles, you don't have a partner. He's got a partner for him. He's going to face the red shirts for the tag team titles, and his partner is Abyss?
Oh, why are we doing that?
What in the world? Okay.
That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Red shirts against Styles and Abyss tonight.
Okay. Not who I thought we were going to see them defend against.
No.
Oh my God, look at your Sandman's shoulder, dude. Look how bruised it is. We're backstage now with Scott Hudson.
Yo!
You think I'm hardcore?
You think I can take things to the extreme?
I'm bringing you the man that showed me how to be hardcore.
Jerry, fuck.
I know that you people might think.
Well, there's Scott Hudson. Is he Terry? Fuck here. I'm gonna team up with Sandman here. We're gonna beat that gathering.
I'm gonna beat a couple of half-assed wrestlers.
Don't disrespect Punk and De Niro.
Sandman, let me tell you something. My wife nuts. My kids are nuts. My dog's nuts. And his horse is constipated about half the time.
Okay.
And he needs more insanity in his life, so Sandman says, you're going to have a chance to be insane. They got about a minute. We're going to have ourselves a beer, and then we're going to kick some ass. Is it bad that I forgot Terry Funk was on the show until they just did that?
Yeah, it's kind of bad because you've talked about him on the show already today.
I know, and I forgot.
That's bad. I mean, my memory's not that great, but good Lord.
Punk and De Niro with Father James Mitchell here coming out. The Gathering, the RB announces that still, which is kind of weird, but. Oh my God. Julio De Niro's sideburn into a very. They like stop and then it goes into like a thin like chin strap kind of gimmick. But the top part, it looks so. Look at it. Ready? Wait till you see the side of his head. It looks so bad.
Oh, what is that?
It's so.
He has
weird.
it like both ways, where it's like an actual sideburn and then it goes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like he couldn't make up his mind, so he's like, okay, I'll just do both.
Raven left me high and dry. Balls Mahoney couldn't do it. Mikey Whipwreck couldn't do it, so he had to bring Terry Funk in. Can Terry Funk do it? We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
No, going through the crowd tonight because we gotta get Terry Funk out here. Stat. From the Double Cross Ranch.
This is my jam.
Terry Funk making his TNA debut here tonight.
Dory Jr.
The bell rang because Julio and Punk are beating up Sandman already, and here comes Terry Funk.
Just trotting down.
We were ringside, by the way. We were not in the ring. Probably because they hit him off the apron, I believe.
Yeah.
And as Bob has said, Terry Funk has apparently retired about 50 times before this match.
53, I think.
53. So is this another retirement match, potentially? And then he's just going to disappear for a while?
That's a good question. I do have indie notes, though. Thanks for reminding me.
I was about to actually ask you.
For Terry Funk, this is obviously his debut for us. He's primarily been working for MLW, 3PW, and Jersey All Pro, and a Ring of Honor appearance throughout 2003. His Ring of Honor appearance was actually defeating CM Punk at Glory by Honor 2 on September 20th, 2003 by disqualification. That match went 15 minutes and 46 seconds. He wrestled Jerry Lawler on August 22nd in a bounty match that went a whopping 4 minutes and 6 seconds. He lost that match to Jerry Lawler. 3PW. He was 3PW champion when he won it on June 21st as the White Russian leg sweep there by Sandman on Punk. Doesn't really do much of anything. When he defeated Gary Wolf, the champion, and the Sandman at 3PW A New Era. What's another one here? His Jersey All-Pro appearance was defeating Homicide on September 27th. And his most recent match before this one was a MLW World Heavyweight title match. His Funk's going for a moonsault, and he missed it on De Niro. That sucks. MLW World title match. It was a no-rope, barbed wire, I quit match in which he lost to Steve Corino on January 10th, 2004 at MLW Reloaded Tour at a nightclub in Orlando, Florida.
Very interesting.
Yeah. CM Punk's got, I think, something here too. He's got two things. To notice DDT'd Funk on a chair. Homicide defeated CM Punk on January 29th at ROH The Last Stand. And then on January 31st, Raven defeated CM Punk for IWC Hopeful Havoc. So that means CM Punk at least knows where Raven is at. Spike pile driver here on Terry Funk. Could that be it? 1, 2.
Oh, I thought that was it.
I thought they might have got him too. Ooh, chop, jab, Funk's not even selling the punches here. What is Sandman doing?
Terry Funk throwing chairs in the ring. CM Punk caught it, though. Julio laying in punches on Sandman.
Uh-oh. Double
Team.
suplex.
That's right. Does De Niro still wrestle? I don't think he does, right?
De Niro?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I can double check. At least not recently.
De Niro holding Funk's arms behind his back. CM Punk, holy he went for, it looked like a Hurricane Rana, which is an odd move to have a partner hold someone for. But
yeah,
Terry Funk moved. He went to do it on De Niro, but he didn't. He kind of just fell over and kind of landed weird on his head. Bulldog onto a chair by Sandman onto Punk. They get a pile of chairs. Funk using that kendo stick on Julio De Niro.
So it looks like Julio De Niro last wrestled, according to Cage Match, for Create a Pro.
Oh, wow.
On October 19th, 2019. Oh, Sandman with a swanton onto about 2 chairs.
Interesting. Well, you said Create a Pro, and I was like, well, it had to have been fairly recently then. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, 2019. But yeah, it looks like he hasn't been regularly active since 2011.
Oh, that double team move through the chair, essentially, onto Sandman. Guy gets a pin. Terry Funk was leaving before that pin even happened. He was just done.
I'm surprised that they didn't have them win. Because I mean, Funk's kind of a big name.
Crowd chanting bullshit. They're pissed.
Funk just drilled Punk like in the gut or groin with a chair, and he crumbled to the mat outside the ring. I think he clipped Punk pretty good with that chair.
Yeah, I think so too. He fell pretty, like, the way he fell.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike Tenay got to talk with Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger earlier today. So this is one of those earlier today interviews he does all the time. Talking about that falling out with Gilberti. But if one of these guys did sign that loyalty oath, who do you think it would have been?
I'm thinking Swinger.
I sort of am too.
Because when they mentioned it, I noticed Swinger was like shifty-eyed about it. He's like, "What? No way."
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like maybe he did do it.
Diamond's asking, how are we possibly giving credibility to Glen Gilberti? You're sitting here asking us about him. Oh, we set foot here in TNA. Okay. They grew up in the same borough, hung around the same people. That's how they associated with Glen Gilberti.
Yeah.
What a liar he was. Right. They'd win the match and Glenn would have the belts. It was always about Glen Gilberti. Lied from the onset.
We got nothing.
We got nothing. Every time it's about Glen Gilberti, man.
It's always been about him.
Oh, Swinger's giving us a history lesson. We had a great run here in TNA. They've been tag team partners well before TNA. And they're friends. He's got no brothers or sisters, so he trusts Diamond more than anyone in his life. wouldn't do anything to hurt him, and vice versa. Yeah, so something's up here.
This bond cannot be broken by anybody.
Oh, fucking A. Fair play. I smell a liar. If anyone knows liars, it's Johnny Fairplay. Ask my grandma. Don't use your fucking hurt arm, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god, Diamond just fucking shoved him way down.
Like off the stage or no?
No, but he fell so fast, it was like, holy shit. Swinger stayed sitting down. He didn't leave a Diamond, if you noticed.
Yeah, he did not.
AJ Styles being interviewed now by Scott Hudson. Your partner is Abyss. Essentially, this is 3-on-1. That's correct.
Right. I could be fired. My bad.
Heads against the wall. He's going to go to this match. Maybe he becomes the tag team champion. Let's go to the ring. Well, look at this, Bob. Tag team championship on the line next.
Wow. I'm gonna get my package before this match starts.
Okay, you get your package now. Red shirt's coming out. Bob's got to get his energy drinks so they don't freeze. First look at the red shirts with the gold around their waist. Gotta say, it doesn't look bad. Maybe it's just the belt. It's a good championship title. So we're not presenting those bullet points tonight, just said, which they normally do before tag team title matches. Or just title matches in general, I should say. And here comes Abyss next. So Abyss doing double duty tonight, which is actually pretty surprising. I'm sure Abyss is super thrilled to be out here again after that match with El Leon. Red shirt's like, look, shaking his hand. AJ Styles coming out next. His tag team partner. Hey, this other ring announcer's not too bad. The phenomenal AJ Styles. I hate that under new management sign they got up on the stage still, but you know what? Is what it is. Here comes the phenomenal one in his baby blue. I don't know how he's going to team with Abyss after Abyss just put him through a table, but you know what? We're going to find out. Wait, oh, El Leon just pulled Abyss out of the ring. Styles up on the top now, but the red shirts are literally all the way across the ring, so okay, he's still up on the top. Still up on the top. There he goes. Crossbody onto both of the red shirts. So Abyss is being taken care of by El Leon. AJ Styles throwing right hands with both of the red shirts. Tosses Legend out of the ring. Hey, Bob.
Did I miss anything good or no?
El Leon has pulled Abyss out of the ring before the match started.
So where are they? Are they brawling like in the crowd or something?
Yeah, I think they were ringside, but I think they must be somewhere else now, yeah. Left through that back section. Baseball slider, kick to Legend. Oh, wow. Springboard moonsault to the floor. Down to Kevin Northcutt. Is your drinks frozen, Bob?
No. Have you ever had The Rock's energy drink stuff?
No, I didn't know he even had one. Is it good?
Yeah, it's like a nice springboard somersault there on the floor by Styles on Northcutt. It's called Zoa, and it's like an all natural energy drink with like teas and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So it doesn't taste like every other energy drink? Because I feel like they all taste the same.
No, so I tried the lemon lime one, and I like it. So if you don't like, I'm not a big tea guy, but I'm trying to like cut out sodas and like.
I like tea a lot.
Okay, so then this will probably work. So I'm trying to get my taste buds more accustomed to it.
So is it carbonated?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
But it's all natural flavors, and it's
Style.
like not
as bad for you.
Not like what Red Bull and stuff like that is all.
Gotcha. Holy shit. Styles just moonsaulted off of Kevin Northcutt's body and landed on Legend. Are the crowd chanting for the red shirts right now?
No, they're chanting AJ.
Oh, they were. Okay, I thought it sounded at first like they were chanting red shirts, red shirts.
I would hope not.
I was like, what? No, but that last time I did hear, oh, look at that kick. I don't think this was Tornado Rules, but here we go. Mike Posey finally getting Legend into the corner. Abyss is gone. Gone. So it's a handicap match.
Northcutt just did like a Mitch and Oker driver on Styles. Or no, I guess it was a full Nelson. The way that he did it, I don't know, whatever. It looked like a Mitch and Oker drive.
Clothesline back suplex combo by the red shirts. Legend going for the cover.
I do have indie notes here for AJ Styles. He had 2 matches.
Okay.
Well, we haven't seen him wrestle on the show in 2 weeks. The 21st was the last time we saw him, or the 14th, I mean, in that tag match. So on January 17th, AJ Styles defeated Shifty for MPW, and that was in Minnesota. And then the next week on January 24th, Joey Matthews defeated AJ Styles at 3PW's Got Head. And that match was 20 minutes and 23 seconds long.
Wow.
So you could say that was probably an upset for Joey Matthews to win that match.
Northcutt gets tagged back in. Down West mentioning Abyss has been gone. It looks like they brawled to go to the outside of the building. Huge suplex to AJ Styles, a release suplex. But he got 2 count, so it doesn't matter. Is Styles about to win the tag titles from these guys and then just have them?
If AJ Styles wins the titles, he just has them?
Yeah, he's just the tag team champions.
I feel like that's not how that will play out.
Me either, but
it's just going to be the typical, like if Styles were to win, it's just going to be the typical fucking, oh, we don't get along, but we're fucking tag champ. I hate that.
I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do it.
I hate that storyline. It's been done to death. Like every WrestleMania season around this time, it's like we're tag team champions, but we don't fucking get along. And we're going to fight at WrestleMania.
Oh, this chin lock onto AJ Styles by Legend. Wrenching back pretty good.
Come on, AJ. Just give up.
Under misery here, God.
Just tap out. If I was Legend, I would just put my thumb in his eye and make him just tap.
We just hit an hour 20 minutes if you're following along.
Or if you're like me, we have 31 minutes and 5 seconds left.
Not bad. And we only have one more match tonight, Bob, and that is the Jeff
Oh
Jarrett
shit, that's
defending
it.
the NWA Heavyweight title against a mystery partner. Shorter card for tonight. Whoa, springboard crossbody.
Heavy on the promos. It feels like.
Yeah, it
But like
was.
I said, that's what you kind of have to do when you have a change in like direction, storyline stuff. Side slam there by Legend for a 2 count.
I'm honestly kind of surprised they're not going a little bit heavier with some of the America's X Cup stuff to like, hey, that's next week. Although we are supposed to talk about the point system and stuff tonight. That's probably going to happen after this match if I did. That's what they said we were going to be doing.
The point system. What could be the point system?
I have no idea. I'm just going to say it now. I hate tournaments with point systems. Not a fan. Example, Bound for Glory series. Fuck the Bound for Glory series.
I was that was the first thing that came to my mind when you said that. And I remember I was looking through Impact results, and I didn't realize that shit started in like May or June. Yeah. And it's like it goes all the way till October.
Listen, I'm an optimist and all, but I hope this podcast ends before we get to a fucking Bound for Glory series.
A backpack stunner by Legend on Styles. That could be it. 1, 2. Oh, he kicks out. No, I'm gonna drag this out. And so
I can't do it, dude. I cannot do the Bound for Glory series.
We're dragging this out until we catch up to present day Impact.
We got a lot to do then, buddy. See, what we got to do is we have to watch for a while, and then we have to like go ahead to like what you haven't seen, because then it'd be like I know what happens, but you don't.
Right. Well, we do have like a rough idea of when we would conclude this, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we do.
If we were to conclude it.
Yeah.
I think there is a pretty rough idea there, yeah.
Yeah. Now all of our listeners are like, oh my God, when is that?
Well, you guys will find out in about 5 years.
I'm going to tell you that it's fucking April 2004. So fuck yourself.
See you guys. Holy shit. An overhead suplex off the middle rope to AJ Styles by Northcutt. Northcutt having a pretty good showing in this match, really.
I would say so.
Good. Legend comes in just for the pin and Styles kicks out. We got to see the replay. Check this out.
I'm telling you, I do like Kevin Northcutt.
And he doesn't do shit anymore either, I don't think. Let's see.
I don't think so. I don't think he's wrestled since 2009.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, this looks like he ended his wrestling career as the NWA Texas Heavyweight Champion, though.
Oh, perfect. Pele kick by AJ Styles. Nailing Legend.
Huh, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
He's got more heart in his little finger. Come on, AJ. So I would have just given up. I'd be like, no, dude, this ain't worth it.
Drop salt.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I'm learning. Legend Irish Whip Styles comes back.
Double DDT.
Oh. I'll tell you what, this actually has not been a bad match, I don't think. I've actually been pretty entertained by this one.
I've been entertained when it's Styles and Northcutt.
Well, yeah, more or less. But I think in general, like, this is better than expected. And gotta give the credit to AJ Styles, really. But
if the red shirts can't beat AJ Styles on a 2-on-1, they're cooked.
I agree with that completely. If they do lose the titles, they're like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah. And I understand it. Well, it's AJ Styles, but these are two guys that are pretty fucking big. Who's that? Oh, Chris Harris. Oh, Legend knocking Harris off the apron to the floor.
Ooh, taking care of him.
Oh, pump handle? What the fuck?
Oh, the Northcutt driver.
Jesus. Oh, come
Pump
on.
handle, full Melton driver, and that's a 2 count.
No. I can't believe it.
Let's see, both red shirts in the ring. Looks like we're going to see a double team move of some kind here. Oh, he went off the ropes, but Harris pulled it down. Holy shit, dude. AJ. Oh my God. Bob?
Well, they're cooked. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can come back from that.
And they are announcing Abyss and AJ Styles are your new tag team champions. Wow. I did not expect that one. Yeah, I think it's time, man. End it.
I would try to push Northcutt as a singles guy. I think you might have to keep him off. You might have to keep him off the show for a month or two, just to like eliminate this fucking taste.
I feel like they got to be doing this because they have so much heat with like the heels running the show. But wait, look at this. Courtesy of WSMV TV, Brian Urlacher, we're showing some of his fun stuff. Helping out his buddy Eric Watts.
He's just showing
football.
Urlacher clips, yeah. Playing football.
He said, "This is way too rough for me." Big TNA logo in the background.
Yeah.
See, we have pads on in football, but they hit the ground hard. See, he's really pushing the wrestling stuff. I like it when they do that.
Yeah, at least he's not saying like these guys are, I overheard them talking about what they're going to do.
So I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing this. Now, I'm going to give you my last couple notes during this, Bob, because I have a feeling it's going to be a longer recap here. I teased that we have a new match being thought about for that April 4th pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Jeff Jarrett potentially defending the title against Randy Savage.
Wow.
That's right. They mentioned Savage's name on air last week and did call him a recording artist, and they use a version of his rap song as the new theme. We've known this. They've also teased feuds with Johnny Fairplay, both against Rupert and Roddy Piper. They did that in the interview. And that's because Rupert made the Survivor All-Stars. He can't do anything until that show's over if that's where they were to head. Now, kind of bouncing off of that Savage comment, between Randy Savage and Vince Russo, it should be clear that the company feels Hogan is never coming. And according to those close to Hogan, the reaction is he tried to do something with them, but it didn't work out.
Well, it was working out, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of him not wanting to do it now.
Yeah, I agree.
That I would be. I mean, I'm a Savage mark, so I would probably be interested in seeing that.
Oh, dude, SportsCenter top 10, dude. Courtesy of ESPN. I had to pause quick because look at this. They have actually a different angle. It looks like their own camera potentially.
Yeah.
And then they're showing the clip again. I also agree. I think would it be a good match? Fucking no. But that's another thing. Like, Randy Savage is going to come in. It's the same thing as Sting. You're bringing in Luger, even though obviously Luger match wasn't good. You still brought Luger in. I think it'd be the same kind of thing. And would Savage and Jarrett sell this 3-hour pay-per-view? I think absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Savage has much to offer in the ring at this point, but just I think people haven't seen him wrestle in 4 years at this point. So
yeah, I agree. But that pretty much covers my notes for the show, Bob. What the fuck? Well, Johnny Fairplay surviving the ring. The National Enquirer came out with that. That's good. TNA's getting exposure all over the world, they're saying, because they did get a lot of coverage. They got on ESPN. They got it in there. You can go to NWA-TNA.com for more.
If they want coverage, then just advertise.
Right. There's a Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy in the audience right there. I have that.
I have a Randy Savage one.
You do have the
I think
Randy Savage one.
I have a Randy Savage one, like, his Macho Man one, and I believe I have the NWO one too.
Didn't I give you that one?
I think
I gave you. I think I get because I had two of them for some
you
reason.
had two of them, yeah.
Bob, America's X Cup. Look at this. Mr. Aguila versus Jerry Lynn. We're actually getting match announcements. Aguila. Sorry. Sanjay Dutt and Hector Garza.
It's not really good Photoshop into the graphic here, but whatever.
Skipper and Abismo Negro. And then Hoovy and Chris Sabin. And remember, they were in the finals of the first X Cup.
And they had a good match.
Hell yeah. And then, of course, it's going to end with this massive 8-man tag elimination match. 4 singles matches, 2 4-man tag team matches, and 1 8-man elimination tag team bout. 1 night team format. Team NWA, Team AAA. Next week, man. That's going to be fun. I like that they have special graphics for that. It's pretty cool. Scott Hudson backstage with the ICP.
Is there a lump on his head?
Is that what it is?
I think he had a bump on his head.
Okay, what's left to prove for the Insane Clown Posse?
We want the tag team title, Scott Hudson.
Before I answer that, I got some questions for you, brother. Number 2, where the hell is Mike Tenay? He says, "Who are you?" and where's Mike Tenay?
Where's Mike Tenay?
What's next for us to prove? We came here to the asylum with the Juggalos to marinate and chill. And then Jeff Jarrett comes out, wrestling. Some big ass dude in a mask, doesn't even know his name. El Leon. We got the hose and the nachos. That's what they were doing, having a good time in the crowd.
Hose and the nachos.
They got some beef with Glen Gilberti and David Stalass. Oh, he's taking his belt off. What is this? Oh, look, they're showing their spandex pants, dude, underneath their jeans. I just got really nervous what he was about to show.
Yeah, that was a bit terrifying.
He did a triple Indy moon flip from the top rope. Okay. This is a really bad interview. Okay, bottom line is this.
They're trying to be funny, and it's not really resonating.
Not to prove ourselves to TNA, not to anyone in the asylum, but to Jeff Jarrett, who actually is present in the asylum. Oh, do they have any more scrubs they can beat down? So they're not done, Bob. Oh. Take us on and what we do, since we... Okay, they know how to throw these fisticuffs. Oh, next week. Anyone that Jeff Jarrett can muster up. Juggalo street fight next week.
Next week?
They probably mean when they come back, because I don't think it happens next week.
Oh, because of the... Right, because... Oh, here's Eric Watts. He's an outsider now, so he comes through the crowd like he's Big Daddy Cool Kevin Nash.
I was curious if we were going to see Eric Watts here tonight. He threw a chair in the ring. He's got a microphone. He looks dressed better now than he has being the director of operations.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
He's got clean jeans on, a nice velvet button-up shirt. His fists are taped, which is interesting. Call Jeff Jarrett. Power trip.
For Jeff Jarrett.
Went to old Goldilocks. That's right. He will step down. His authority's gone because he's a man of his word. Well, you don't have a choice.
You could have put an injunction in.
That's true. Jarrett, the reason I came out here is to tell you this. I may have stepped down, but I'm not gone. I was just saying earlier on in the show, Bob, when you left during a different video package, that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Eric Watts show up still in some capacity, or I was hoping that we would, because it seemed kind of weird for him to just disappear.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to our loyal listeners that I oftentimes have to get up. But when you're an old man with a bladder and you have packages outside that could potentially freeze.
Explode and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it could be pretty dangerous. And I try to do it at points when it's like, it's not new material.
When I have to struggle getting through it myself, yeah.
Well, that's your own fault.
If I got up during the video package, there'd be silence. Bob wouldn't talk.
No way. I would do it. I could 100% do it. I have done it.
No, I never leave.
Bullshit. You go down all the time and get your fucking green drinks and shit.
What?
Yeah,
I leave. I only leave during IcoPod so I don't fall asleep. I have to get up and get my blood flowing.
Oh, okay. You know what, dude? If you want to quit IcoPod, just fucking say it. Okay.
He's forcing the hand here.
Shit.
He's not leaving the building. Oh shit. It's Goldilocks, that gold digger.
Why am I just now realizing there's a banner on the aisleway that says...
Dude, it's been there the entire show.
I just noticed that.
Goldilocks looks like she's wearing pajamas right now.
Yeah, it does. She also has like her own music that she's singing.
What's the chance of that? A singer with her own music?
Yeah. It would be kind of funny if she had a different singer doing it.
This is reminding me of the Jasmine St. Clair one where they were doing lap dances, the way this is positioned right now.
And fucking Borash like having a heart attack.
Goldilocks says, oh, well, I thought that you're probably expecting Jeff, but I want to talk to you about some things as well. Mind if I take your glasses off? I always like to see your eyes when I talk to you. She's giving the glasses to the ring girl. Now that I got your attention. She wants to welcome him. Feminism 101. Today's lesson, based on 2 words foreign to a male's vocabulary. I'm sorry. Wow. Really laying it in. I'm sorry, Goldilocks, for never putting you first. I'm sorry, Goldilocks, for stealing your spotlight. Or I'm sorry, Goldie, for keeping you in the back when it was the people who wanted to see you, Goldie. So she's going a little nuts right now. Sorry for never saying thank you. Thank you for making me feel special, feeling so good about myself. Eric Watts looking distressed by this. Oh.
Whoa.
She'd been much happier pleasing herself. Wow. And she just grabbed her crotch.
Yeah. And like slid up and slid up.
You opened the door for me at TNA, but I kept it open. Is your little heart beating? Let me walk all over you. You never stood up for yourself. Tried to teach him how to stand up for himself and how to be a real man. Oh, he stood up. He's done.
Chokeslammer. No, sit down, baby.
Oh, she sat him back down. Remember in Barbados? We went to the vacation in Costa Rica. Remember last Tuesday night? Oh. Sitting on his lap. Oh boy. Remember when I'm screaming your name and now she's okay. Bob, what's she saying there?
Oh, Eric.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what it sounded like. The only difference between you and I is you pee standing up.
Why
Oh,
did he kiss her?
I know he did go for it too.
Yeah,
He just
maybe this is like a cuck for him. He likes to be demeaned.
could be. He's calling her down. Oh, he grabbed her and kissed her again. Oh! Bob, he's going to choke some Goldilocks.
He's gonna do it.
Oh, held her up. Jeff Jarrett came in the
Jarrett
ring from
made this
behind.
up. Thank God.
He's got a fucking baseball bat. Or no, it's a nightstick. It's a nightstick. Can't see anything. This camera angle's fucking awful. There we go.
Yeah. Hit him like right on the kidneys too. With that nightstick. Maybe he's gonna defend against Eric Watts tonight.
Could be.
Oh. Yeah.
They're about to duct tape him to the chair.
Looks like it.
Yep, they are. They're taping his hands behind his back in the chair. Oh, and they got the sticker.
He's not exactly trapped to the chair because he could just stand up.
Bro.
But he would still have his arms tied behind his back, I guess.
Sealing his mouth shut with the under new management sticker, but of course he's sweaty, so it didn't stick, and he's got a fucking facial hair. Oh shit, Bob!
Dustin Rhodes.
He's wearing the Nuff Said shirt.
Yeah.
Which is
He's
his
wearing
father's
black jeans with his knee pads on top of the jeans. I think that's like a fashion faux pas, but whatever. Dusty Rhodes.
Formerly known as Goldust.
Former Intercontinental Champion. Tag Team Champion.
The belt just rang. Looks like this is Jarrett's opponent.
Yeah, that would appear to be the case. Beating on him on the announce table. Hopefully it were to break. That way I would get Chipotle for life. 4 times a week. That was the agreement.
One Chipotle bowl.
For life. Well, here's the thing. You would be shocked to know that there are no indie notes for Dustin Rhodes. But
how long has he been out of WWE at this point?
I was just about to tell you. His final appearance for WWE at this point was on the September 15th edition of Raw, where he teamed up with Lance Storm in a losing effort against Mark Henry and Rodney Mack.
Wow.
And it would appear that prior to that appearance, he hadn't been on television since July 28th episode of Sunday Night Heat.
Oh, wow. So they weren't doing shit with him at this point.
No.
See, this is what I mean by fun surprises, though. This is cool. And we just read about the interview last week where they talked about bringing him and Dusty in as a tag team. And here he is as a singles. He's fighting Jarrett for the title here. And we're fighting in the crowd up in the Raven's Nest area of the Asylum.
Throw him off. Do it.
He just looked like he was about to. Dustin's like goatee here is so weird though. It throws me off.
Yeah, it's a unique look. And this isn't the last time that we see him.
No.
Rhodes, but he actually comes back like a couple different times, I think.
I think he does. It is at this point, I mean, we can talk about it more after the match, but
yeah.
Because that's usually when I check if this is their final appearance for a certain amount of time. But I'm curious if this is a one-off appearance or if he's going to be here for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that Obviously, there's like the Black Rain thing.
Right. I didn't know much about. I think I sort of knew he showed up here in the Asylum years, but I guess I didn't know how much or when or anything like that. So I think this is a pretty fun surprise, like I said. Yeah. We're coming down the other side now. We are now at the 4 near the dancer cage. Okay, Jarrett is walking into the dancer cage almost. Lollipops.
Get away from Lollipop, you bastards.
She left. She walked out of the way.
Thank God. Oh, now Jarrett's getting tossed in the Lollipops home.
I like how they're fighting inside the little cage now.
I would kind of find it funny if they just started to dance in there.
I think they should have turned the little dance lights on.
That's what I would have done.
Dustin's got a chair. He laid it down on the ramp.
If Eric Young was doing his like goofy "I don't want to get fired" character, he would have definitely have been doing that.
Dude, that would have been so funny. He's going for a DDT here on the stage. Yep, right onto that chair. Very nice.
Oh, here's the red shirts again.
They're back.
What a surprise. Shenanigans in a fucking main event of a TNA fucking pay-per-view. I can't believe it.
I would have never seen this coming.
Dustin goes off the ropes, ducks a clothesline. He hits a double clothesline. Jarrett's back in the ring, and he's going to get beat up, too, with some right hand. Who is this? El Leon's here. And I think that's Chris Harris again. Drop down strike there by Dustin Rhodes. No one there to interfere. Bulldog, that could be it. He's won many a titles with this. 1, 2. But Jeff Jarrett's not any man. He is the chosen one.
Bob, I just look quick. We will see him again this year. So this is not, and into next year, spoiler alert. So this is not our final Dustin Rhodes appearance for some time.
Okay. All right. Oh, right hand by Jarrett again into the corner.
Whips him into the other corner. Almost hit that chair that's set up. Here's Abyss now. Rhodes got him with that. Holy shit. Abyss just pulled out the ref. Hit that snap power slam. Dustin fighting Abyss. They're going to fight in a monstrous ball in a few years. Can't wait. Styles on the top. Huge frog splash onto Jarrett.
They also have like a 10,000 tag match too or something like that. 1, 2. No, Jarrett kicks out of a frog splash by Styles, not Dustin. If Dustin were to hit a frog splash, he might have won it.
I roll. The way Jarrett even kicked out of that was like pathetic. He was just kind of like, drops Dustin out. Dude, the crowd's pretty excited about this, though. They're pretty much all standing up on the hard cam side.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, ref knocked out.
Of course, a referee bump.
Oh, is he going to go hit the Shattered Dreams?
Shattered Dreams?
Abyss and Styles are fighting. Remember, they're tag team champions, though.
I know. Oh, my God. The tag team
They're going to strip the titles and do a fucking tournament. You want to bet?
Don't talk like that. I hate tournaments.
Ready?
Especially when they do like 5 a year.
Is he doing the chess? Is he going to do the chess thing even though he's just Dustin right now? Nope. Oh.
Well, if he had done the chess thing, they probably would have got him for gimmick infringement.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck. Who's that?
The hell? No, that's the Naturals.
The Naturals threw powder in Dustin's face and hit him with a fucking chair in the head.
The referee was right there, and he was definitely waking up. He probably heard all of that. Yeah, and that's good enough for Jarrett. So Jarrett basically got his ass kicked for, let's say, 10 minutes.
But he retained the belt, Bob.
And Dustin gets beat up by the Naturals, and Jarrett retains the belt.
That chair shot was pretty brutal, though. It made a nice sound.
Yeah.
El Leon Styles and Chris Harris checking on Dustin. Red shirts holding Jarrett up, give him his title.
It's my.
Here's TNA. Luckily, nothing on his wrists or hands, I see again.
Yeah, he might be good.
Although TNA seems like the kind of guy who would like take it off for the broadcast. Wait, repeat that, he's saying. In his headset. What's he saying? Hey, Jarrett. Don't get too cocky. The NWA board, in their final act, a new NWA Director of Authority.
What?
They're naming a new Director of Authority here in their final act. We'll probably find that out in 2 weeks.
But that makes no sense to me.
Because the NWA board is disbanding and they're still they're naming a new authority figure.
So here's the thing. In their last official thing of power, they're gonna name cool at 9:00 Central Time, which is basically by the time that this came off the air. You could just say no. Disbanded.
Right.
They disbanded. So your job doesn't exist because the people that put you in power no longer are in existence, and now Don Callis and Jeff Jarrett run the thing. So that makes no fucking sense to me.
I do think that's silly because why did we just do all the work to get rid of one?
And then you're just bringing in a new one.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest here.
You know, that just means that Russo's and all those guys, creatively, they got nothing. If they're like, hey, Eric Watts, you're fired, but fuck, what do we do now? All right, well, guys, guess what? We'll just make a new one.
Or do it again.
Just do it again. They don't fucking know. Just name something different. He wasn't the Director of Authority. He was just like a TNA guy. Now we got Director of Authority. It's different.
Yeah.
Well, is he going to argue with Callis? Yeah. Well, wasn't that what Watts was doing?
There
it works. It wasn't broke, so we'll just put it back together.
Right. Well, Bob, what did you think about the show overall? Where are you at this week?
It was definitely heavy on the promos, but again, you have to, especially early on, you have to do that when you have a major angle like that. I am gonna say that to me, it's another average show.
I think that's fair. I'm giving it a thumbs up. And
yeah, I can't quite do that.
I understand why you can't. But for me, I think the show was so chaotic. It flew by. And besides the Abyss El Leon match, I think matches weren't bad. And I think that overall it was a fun show. And it kind of leaves us off to an interesting stopping point here. Because as you said, we're heavy on the promos because we're off. I'm saying we're off next week. It's a tape show. We got the America's X Cup that essentially, let's just say it means nothing. I mean,
I don't know why we're going to watch it.
Because it's a pay-per-view, baby.
No. And we're completists, so that sucks.
We're completists. So I think in that regard, I think that it, I don't know. For me, I think that it's a thumbs up. I don't know. Like I said, I think that the chaotic nature of the show is what got me to want to say that. Because it was so much was going on. Now, I agree with every single decision they said? No. But I was entertained. I like where it left us off. So for me, that's a pretty good show.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad show. I will say that. It did fly by. There's been times where these fucking shows feel like it takes 6 hours. This did not feel like one of those instances. But I don't know. For me, in ring, there's just nothing that really stood out. But it was heavy on the angle stuff, and I think for the most part they did pretty well with it. I'm hoping that opening segment with Chris Harris stepping up in front and being like, "You're the whatever." I'm hoping that that's a way to really elevate him. Past the, as Jeff Jarrett would say, the mid-card tag team act role that he's in right now, especially with James Storm being hurt. So that could benefit him, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, Yeah, I agree. I think it kind of has to. I don't see how it couldn't. Because it did make Harris look damn good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, like he said, like they've been putting on some of the best tag team matches of the year, and Harris, I tend to enjoy Harris as a tag team wrestler, and I think that he's done pretty well. That will be the case for most of his TNA run to begin with, unless, going back and watching it, I changed my mind. But right now, he's certainly doing pretty well for himself. And this is the type of stuff that I've been wanting to see, is like new guys getting inserted into the main event, because when it's constantly AJ Styles or constantly Raven getting that, or like D'Lo Brown, even all those guys getting into that spot and just constantly losing, it's just like, oh boy. That's why I feel like they're kind of stalling out on AJ Styles right now, because, like, listen, he's lost 2 title matches in like 6 weeks or whatever. Like, we probably can't go to that well again. We got to find somebody else. And they're like, well, James Storm's out, Chris Harris, it makes sense. Just put him in there and see how he does. So.
Yep. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, next week is the America's X Cup. We know a couple of the matches that we're kicking off with. I think we know all the first round matches, and we know that main event. So we just said it earlier, but Team AAA versus Team NWA, Sabin Skipper, Jerry Lynn, Sanjay Dutt versus Abismo Negro, Hector Garza, Juventud Guerrera, and Mr. How do we say his name correctly? Aguila.
Remember,
right.
Aguila.
That's right. So I think it's going to be a fun show. I'm not sure how I feel about seeing the same 8 guys wrestle a lot of matches.
That is what I am dreading. Now, all the people that they've announced, I think I like. But if I see Elix Skipper Russell 3 or 4 times in one show, it's gonna be okay, dude. I've seen you do the Matrix fucking 4 times. It's okay.
Well, so I'm curious how they're gonna handle it. So I'm gonna go into it with a open mind, and maybe it'll be really good. I don't think it's gonna be as better than the other one, because I do think that the other X Cup was, first off, it was the first one, and like the way they did it, I think was very well done. But we will see how it goes, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll keep my optimism alive, I guess, but we'll see. I'm always the type of guy that likes seeing different people on a show. Really kind of keeps it going. I could see it potentially dragging.
Me too.
But we'll get to it when we get to it. All right, Taz, you got anything else for this week? Or are we good to jet out towards the X Cup?
Man, I think that wraps it up for me.
All right, then. For Dallas Gridley, I'm Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.